Hello. Oh, look, there's already people here. Katie. If you're watching the replay, hello. Oh, you guys are already talking about Sophie getting found. I think she must have been found in Mexico. That makes sense since they were in Texas. I have one big swollen eye tonight. I don't know what is going on. Hi, Miss Heather. Hi, Vera. I'm so glad you caught us. Give me the link. I have a cookie question. Hi, Carly. What cookie question? I'll put the link in if you guys want to come up on the mic or camera or both with me. Y'all can't leave me up here all alone. Hi, Angela. Oh my gosh, it's been a long week for me. It's crazy busy. I am thankful though. I don't want to seem like I'm not. It's just so crazy this time of year. Hi, April. I couldn't do anything with my hair. I bought this new shirt and it has these really wide sleeves. I don't know about this. I should have tried it on before I bought it. Katie. Hi, honey.
Hi.
This is so fun that I get to see you. I get so excited.
You're such a goofball. Like, you're not going to see me tomorrow.
I'm hoping.
Okay, but question. You said you wanted M&M cookies. Do you want, like, monster cookies, or do you just want, like, standard, soft, chewy M&M cookies?
I want Toll House cookies with M&Ms in them. This is important.
You just got to be difficult, don't you?
I haven't had them in years. My sister Tammy used to make them.
Of course she did.
She made the best Toll House cookies. 2 guilties in one day. What are the odds of that happening again? Carly wants a dozen. What 2 guilties are you talking about? Duggar?
Probably Jesse.
Oh, Jesse Smollett. Hi, Bunny. We'll give everybody a little bit of time to get in here before we talk about it too much. Hi, Angel. I know Irish is coming too. She has some things she wants to say.
Oh, girl.
About what happened. I don't want to talk.
Last time?
Huh?
About like the last time you streamed?
Yes. Because poor Irish didn't know the whole background. She's so sorry for what she said now because now she knows. Now she knows why I wouldn't do what they asked me to do.
Yeah.
I don't want, but I was telling Carly, do you want to come up on the mic? I don't want to spend all night talking about Steve and all that crap.
No, they don't deserve any more attention than they already took for themselves.
But if anybody
they obviously needed some, so they created some last time, and that's all they should get.
I know. It was so funny to me. Their most viewed videos are about me.
I know. I know.
I got such a kick out of that. I laughed so hard. But yeah, Iris is like, I'm coming tonight, and I got some things I got to say. I said, okay. So she'll be here soon, I think.
Oh, that's cute, though.
Steve who? Who?
That's pretty still how I feel.
Now they're going after Willow Lawn on there. I don't know. It's somebody new every couple days.
Whoever they can try to steal followers from is what it really seems like to me.
They always got to be going after somebody. It's terrible. Oh, okay. Well, when you're done, hop on up here if you want to.
Dinner.
Yeah, I didn't have dinner either. But
you're fine. Just saying everybody spells it wrong.
I do have my latte.
I have my
That's all that really matters. He's astronomically ethical. Oh my God, that gets me every time. Somebody told me he did a live saying my IQ was 62.
Yeah. Okay.
Funny. Whatevs. It brings in the views. Exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I think. And here's the thing. I made a whole video rebutting everything they said. And I was just like, after Emily passed away, I was like, why am I doing this? It's such a waste of time.
That was such a hard week in general, too.
Yeah, it
It
was
just wasn't
bad.
worth giving into exactly what they wanted. So
exactly. And
we
the
had
only
bigger
time
things going on.
the only time I almost had a meltdown was when somebody sent me a screenshot of them saying I made up that Emily died. And they knew
Oh
by
my
saying,
God.
yeah, they said I made it up.
That's
It's
disgusting.
disgusting and it's vile. And that about did me in. And I thought, but that's what they want. That's why they say disgusting things like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, even like disregard the fact that it would take literally 30 seconds of looking online to verify that. They just rather make up wild shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, the first one said, oh, look, she's playing the dead relative card. And then the second one said, oh, she probably made the whole thing up.
Yeah. All
I was
right.
just
Cool.
like, you people are sick.
Yeah, we ran those fundraisers, made those up too.
Yeah.
It's cool. We made up the obituary and all of that too. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I couldn't, like I said, there's no line they won't cross. So.
Yeah, I actually like XXX Ilds here says they say that because their friends do things like that. And that's what I've like, not with them, of course, because I don't interact with them and have no intentions of interacting with them. But I've come across people like that before, that when they say that sort of thing, they're projecting because they've either done it themselves or they're friends with people who do.
It has to be.
Like, who comes up with that? Who even thinks that of somebody, that we would make
and
posts and talk about a young girl dying of ovarian cancer for the fun of it?
Yeah. It's just gross. It's sick. People that have been my subs know that I've talked about Emily so much and done the fundraisers for her, and everybody knows that whole family was on my heart the way. And okay, I gotta quit talking about it. I'm gonna start crying. Yeah. So we'll just move on to something else. Oh God.
Screw those people.
Who did I miss? Hi, Amanda. Hi, Bunny. Iris should be here soon. Oh, Chris. Thanks for coming. I'm sorry you can't stay.
Is that a wrench or a fork, Irish? I can't tell. Either way, it's terrifying.
Look out. I got a bone and I'm screaming with PMS.
Is that what it is? Is it a bone?
I think so.
Lord.
Is it not a bone? Maybe, a wrench?
Is it a wrench? Is it a fork?
I don't know. I thought it was a bone.
Can I sing the mermaid song about thingamabobs? Because that's all I'm saying. But I wouldn't trust her with any blunt object or stabby object.
Unless, Irish, do you see the link?
Side, though.
Or you need me to put it in again? Here, I'll just put it in again. I told him you had some things you wanted to say. I warned him. I said, Irish said she got some things she got to say. It's a wrench. Okay, I can't see anything. My eyes all swollen. That's my excuse.
Did I give you my eye thing? I just got to start wearing my contacts again the last week.
Yeah, and poor Kenzie's got an eye thing going on. I've got an eye thing going on. Everybody's
in my defense, mine was not infectious. Mine was just lupus being a jerk.
And mine started about 4 days ago. I just woke up and it was swollen and hurting. And
what to do with you?
I don't know. It's probably stress. Work stress.
A little bit of that going on. Holiday season with a small business.
Yes. It was so funny, the two women that were being mean to me that morning that I posted on Twitter, by 4 o'clock, they had both messaged me and apologized.
Oh, really?
So I thought that was really nice that they apologized.
Oh, it is what it is. If it's not immune system in this family, it's something else.
I know people get stressed out this time of year.
Oh, I get for sure. Yeah.
But just try not to take it out on the wrong people. She got gang colors on tonight.
Oh,
Katie. Sorry to hear you have lupus.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's so much immune system stuff in our family that it's, if all I get is lupus, I will be thrilled.
A couple of my customers, Carly, that were being mean to me. I tweeted Friday morning. It was 8:30 in the morning, and I already had people screaming at me for things that I can't control. One of them was mad that I didn't pay out of my own pocket to upgrade her shipping to 2-day air. That's not how it works.
Especially on something like food, popcorn, cotton candy. It's already a tiny margin.
Yeah.
So
I told her, I said, especially this time of year, I probably get 5 to 10 requests to upgrade shipping to 2-day air. I could be out $100 a day if I did that and just paid for it. No, that's not going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, Heather, we have so much immune disorders that run on my husband's side.
Little RA, little hemochromatosis, little multiple sclerosis.
Everything.
Now I'm bringing in the lupus. Our immune systems just don't.
I think lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, I've always been told, are real closely related.
They are. Yeah, they both run like the same ANA and stuff like that. It's just by symptoms alone that they.
Yeah, shipping's been a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'll tell you all, the worst run right now is FedEx. If you buy anything right now, don't ship at FedEx. They're delaying more than anybody.
Yeah. I bought something almost 3 full weeks ago, and it's a Christmas gift from my buddy in California, and it hadn't even been picked up yet. Like, it had the shipping, but it still showed it was like notified shipper, but it hasn't moved anywhere yet. And so I contacted the company, and they're like, we literally cannot get FedEx to come pick up the packages.
Yeah, they're a mess.
I was like, yeah, my mom's had some issues too.
They're a mess right now. Hemochromatosis is in my family also. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That one's rough. I carry the gene for it, but so far nothing active.
Yeah, I saw that when the FedEx driver dumped all that stuff in the woods. Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably some of mine, I'm sure. Iris, are you coming on the mic? She's probably got 20 conversations going on at the same time.
Probably. She's got wrenches to throw.
I felt so bad for Irish because here she was kind of trying to be the mediator. And she's like, maybe you should do that. And I'm like, you don't understand. Did you see what they did to her? Yeah. First, they published her private messages to Shesh. Then they made videos about her. Yeah, that makes sense.
Anybody that they can get views off of. That's literally all it is.
Yeah. It's like Iris said, she's off doing important stuff, and they're making stupid meme videos or something.
And y'all, I know you're gonna watch who you're gonna watch, but don't give views to people like that.
I know, but people are, everybody's got to watch who they want to watch, and I don't care.
No, but if you're like, I don't believe in hate watches. Don't give engagement where engagement's not actually earned. Like, whether you're watching because you hate somebody or because you love somebody, it's all the same to their pocket and to their view count. So think about who you watch, just like you do on TV or just like where you shop.
Do you feel better now, Irish?
Can you pee for me too?
I keep drinking all this latte. I'll have to too. Hi, Amir. Am I saying it right? I never say anybody's. I think it's Amir. I love hate watching. Everybody does it sometimes, buddy. Everybody does.
Yeah, it's true.
157-year-old bladder. You know how you guys know how I about
need a
died.
Birth certificate.
I about died when Irish said about Old Yeller and somebody.
Old Yellard.
And I thought I was just going to lose my crap. And then, like last week, I read it in a book. I was like, what are the chances? I've never heard anybody say that in my life. Iris says it, and then I read it in a book. I've never heard anybody say that. Hi, Kathy.
Mira. All right.
Amir. Like Amira. I butcher everybody's name. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names.
And then she spelled her daughter's name with a Y.
Hello, Irish.
Hello.
What's up?
The Grinch picture is very fitting right now. With that, like, hello.
Hello. A lot's happened. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm hanging in there.
How are the cotton candy cakes?
Oh my God, girl, I got to go to work tomorrow because we got to ship like 15 cakes Monday. So I got to go in the morning and make all the cotton candy.
She's gotten some slave labor out of me too.
Yep.
Atta girl. Listen, you're just protecting your inheritance. She can't live forever. You know?
See, I just pack the things though. Nobody lets me near the machinery, and for a very good cause.
Katie made push pops last time.
Nice.
300?
Nice.
300
like
push
that.
pops.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm too close to my camera. I'm like, oh.
They are cakes made out of cotton candy, bunny.
Yeah, cakes made out of cotton. If you look at, did you guys see the YouTube short? That was the video my customer made for me. She's amazing.
That was
And
so
it's got
cool.
like 8,800 views. 15-second short video.
Because who doesn't love a good set of nuts spinning? Being
it's
glazed.
It's
like,
the
my
cotton
God.
candy cake.
The
one
cotton
that got all
candy.
the-
Oh, I thought it was the one with the spinning nuts.
No, that one didn't get near as many.
That's a crime.
You know,
That's just a
nuts
crime.
get suppressed. So
It's awful. So yeah, first of all, Kay, good to see you're not a pirate anymore.
No, I'm not.
What? Not one-eyed Luian. Well, it's been an eventful. It's been 2 weeks since your last stream, right?
I think so. I've lost all track of time. 2 weeks, isn't that?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do love staying glazed nuts, bunny. I do. There's a lot of things I like to do with nuts, but you know, this is a G-rated stream, unfortunately. So, and if I want to keep my wrench, you know, if I want to keep my wrench, then I have to, you know.
Were you so excited you have a wrench?
I am.
I was so excited.
It's like Santa came early. Dear Santa, I just want a wrench. Yeah, well, I don't know if I ever really had friends in the anti-KJs because there's been so many developments since your last stream that I don't know how I feel about certain individuals.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's just say that I've been doing some reevaluating myself since that stream, and
It's an eye-opener, isn't it?
It is. I met a lot of good people. A lot of good people. But my eyes are definitely wide open now, and
Yep.
you know, like one of them just keeps on making videos and streams about me. It's like, God, I never knew I was so interesting.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Puppy collar
it's
girl,
just
like you get
constantly-
popular.
right? Well, you know, it doesn't say, you know, media or social media influencer on my Twitter for nothing. So there's that.
Obviously.
But it's just weird because it's all like taking me out of context and just saying, spreading lies that had caused a bunch of duress for me. As coincidence would have it, a year ago, same month. So yeah, it's interesting how things have come full circle. I'm not happy about it, but I'm also not wasting a lot of time on it. It's just one of those situations where it's like, you know, sometimes in life, people can surprise you, and sometimes they don't. And right now, I'm kind of in the middle with that because it's almost like I was waiting for the other shoe to drop anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I hate being pessimist about it, you know, but you know, if you look at the pattern of behavior and you look at the history, it was inevitable to happen. So, you know, it is what it is. But I can tell you that my friendship circle is closed. That's it.
Yeah.
I love people. I love all the people that I've met. I'm not saying that I'm not open to talking to new people. I'm just saying that, you know, with people that I open up with in DMs or talk to privately or whatever list I have right now, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, mine is tiny, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's tiny. And that's what I was telling them before you got here. I started making a video rebutting everything they said, and I thought, why am I wasting my time? They'll just take it and chop it up into 10-second sound bites to make it mean something you never meant,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll go make 10 videos on it. So I was just like, screw it, I'm not even going to play this game. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not defending anybody anymore when it comes to that. I believe I did the best job I could.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for any ass pats or anything like that. I did what I did, and that's it. Now it's up to, the people involved to follow through, which is why Salt had posted the police department and all these different agencies to report to, ones that he has where he's willing to give people his report number privately to include all of their reports together to keep all the paper in one spot. Because from what I understand, the UK is different in America, where the UK builds their case first and then they go talk to the person. Whereas in America, they get a little bit of the information, but then they go talk to the person and then they build a case. In the UK, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
So, hopefully the people that were involved will follow through with filing reports in the UK and in America and doing what they're supposed to do. And if they do that, there should not be any more fighting about it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It should be over.
Well, that's what I keep saying. It's really done.
Like, how long can you drag out something from June?
Well, and it even goes back further than that. This whole poor Katie, my Katie doesn't know the whole history, and you don't even want to know. But it goes back.
I'm sure I've seen the people who keep furthering this. I'm like, I don't care. That's some, yeah.
Yes, I do, Vera.
I do too. I think it's too serious, and I think something will happen, but I think it'll be a while.
Oh, she already tried to make fake Twitter accounts again and was trying to misdirect people to go to a different police department. She had already dropped more videos, deactivated the one channel, made another YouTube channel, tried to drop 2 more videos. It's really, she should just pack it in, like.
Yeah, but she just won't.
Yeah, she's just incriminating herself more and more and more. But sorry, I took my elixir. That's another reason why it took so long. I was waiting for that to work.
What elixir?
There's an elixir that I take. Yeah, I wish it was a. Yeah, wish it was a beer bong. No, it's a medication that I take so I don't have to clear my throat all the time because of my lungs. Yeah, because my lungs get filled up like right now. And then I have to do that. I need to start muting my mic when I do that. Sorry, people.
Yeah, it's mostly for the ones that wear headphones.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. See, I always do, too. And then somebody will remind me, and I'm like, I forgot a lot of people wear headphones.
Darn elixir. I have to be careful about swearing. Jeez, Pete.
I know, YouTube and all their dang rules.
God, man, I'm lucky I remember my
Is it just how you have it rated? Because there's some people I've watched on who, like, their videos are still monetized and stuff like that, and they cuss up a storm. Is it just how you...
Most of them get demonetized if there's a lot of profanity. A little bit they're okay with, especially as long as it's not in the beginning of the video. But if there's a lot, because I know somebody again last week got demonetized for profanity.
It also depends on, well, there's 3 categories. Like, there was a hidden category for the longest time that nobody knew about. But there's 3 categories to categorize your channel on YouTube. There's kid-friendly, there's adult-friendly, and then there's general audience. And everybody really wants to make sure that they're on the general audience, because then that opens you up to a whole wider range of ad revenue, of advertisers, where if you're child-friendly, they're limiting you to like toy companies or anything child-related. If that's, adult-friendly, you're marking it 18 and older, it's the list of advertisers for that, it definitely shrinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a general audience, and sometimes they bump you out of general audience too. It depends. You have to kind of keep an eye on that. But yeah, I mean, Keem swears. I mean, he's trying to cut back on it. Like, he won't even swear in titles now. He'll use the star asterisk, for the F word. He'll use the star asterisk for the U or for the C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like for an E in a bad word, he'll use a number 3 or something. So yeah, there are ways around it, but yeah, the TTS bots pick it up, and typically they don't spell out the swear word in the transcript. They'll do like a parenthesis thing and a ... and you'll be like, oh, that was a bad word.
Google doesn't like that though, and Google still matters too.
They follow me everywhere. I can't tell you how many times I've been in Tipster's chat and I've just like gone off and just start saying all kinds of bad words, and then it says the Google moderator has muted you. I was like, excuse me, I'm a mod here.
But I mean, even in titles, because I have to write titles for the products we sell on the internet, and you can't, if you use symbols or something in a Google title, they hate it.
Yeah.
They'll kick it out.
So what are your feelings about
what?
I'm looking at you right now and I'm trying to decide, do I want to go far right or far left to avoid the daggers that are going to come through the screen and penetrate my brain? Like, what are your thoughts about just pinning in that stream?
Oh, you did not say this.
Oh, hell no.
Iris, I thought you took that back. You told me you took that back.
I did? When?
I thought when we talked in messages.
Oh, okay. Thanks for leaking DMs. No, I'm kidding. Well, I mean, by the way they were acting, it was crazy. And they're all that way, man. I mean, there's no being rational with them, but there are viewers, that they're entitled to know. I mean, the stream I did with Shen's does have a lot of views. And I'm sure that people have talked about it and have spread it around privately. But I'm just trying to think of a way to try to get the heat off of you.
I mean, it's mostly gone now anyway, so.
Yeah, they've moved on to somebody else. And I don't really care. There's just so many problems with doing that. The main thing is, and I've said this over and over, I don't ever post that video anywhere or promote that video, but like 15, 20 other YouTubers have that video on their channels.
With the chat, I've seen.
With the chat, which Steve says nobody has, but we all know they do. So what good, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I put it on mine, but nobody's ever going to see it because they're watching all these on other channels, and they're not all going to take it down.
Mm-hmm. I still wonder what is such the big deal about the chat. Like, because I was there.
I know. I've said that there really wasn't any big thing in the chat. It was all being said on the mics.
Verbally, yeah. Yeah.
Now, the chat was full of bots that Carly and I were trying desperately to delete. And I don't think people understand this part. They were bots that were posting about horrible things. Mm-hmm. We were attacked by a whole thing of bots. Mm-hmm. So, but they were talking about horrible things to do with children. So I don't know who unleashed these bots.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing you would have seen in the chat, really. There wasn't anything, I don't know. It blows my mind because there really was not anything in the chat.
No, Vera, please understand. I'm what I say that I'm looking for a way for her to stop being attacked. Yeah. But it's also from a viewer's perspective too, because of what they're saying and what they're spreading around. So it's, in my opinion, I come from a YouTube background, it's almost like being an online, oh God, I hate to say this because this woman has beat it to the ground, but it's almost like being an online reporter where if there's a story that changes, you have to do an amendment or whatever.
No, but who doesn't know either?
I think if you're looking into that story and you're watching it, like if you're watching it as a one-off, it doesn't freaking matter anyway because you don't care after that. And if you're looking into it, then you're going to see all of the other sources that are talking about it and the other videos that have also covered it and her video afterwards that clarifies, because that was what they asked for initially, right? Well, we need like an update video. Well, there already is one. There's actually been multiples. And then it was like, oh, we'll do this. Oh, we'll do that. Oh, we'll put in a pin on the thing.
And I disagreed. I openly disagreed with all that. It was like,
it's one thing after another.
Say that you got justified criticism. And I was like, what? Like, listen, it's just, there's been new developments.
And I think when it comes to that too, when it comes to all these different demands, giving into any one of them makes them feel like they did something. They won something. And I know that you're saying it's more than that, but at this point, since it's so run into the ground, it's nothing more anymore.
I feel like if I do that, then it'll be something else, and then it will be something else. My other problem with it, which somebody brought up to me privately, which is not a is a good point, is if I do that, does that mean I'm agreeing that I'm guilty of something?
Oh.
Then Steve can use that against me. I mean, it just opens up so many cans of worms that I don't know. It's like Salt said. Nat had enough fake stuff that people believed, including Salt's, that a reasonable person would have believed it.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming from an attorney. But the thing is, if you go watch it, I said allegedly twice. I kept sticking up for EKC and saying, don't throw her name out there. Nat never said her name. But see, these things don't matter. They'll skip right over that and not,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're only going to pick out what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're saying too, Irish. I've dealt with these people for so long. If I do that, then it'll just be something else.
Yeah, see, I don't look at it as caving because I know you're stronger than that. I'm stronger than I don't look at it as caving. There was a stream, there was a bunch of topics that was a surprise stream of all these people that came on, and they started saying things and claiming them as fact and some as opinion, and I honestly feel that this all has to do with Waxy. This doesn't have anything to do with you because you're allowed to dislike anybody you want to dislike. If you dislike people and you go on your stream and you express that you don't like them, that's your right to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, and remember at the time, I didn't hardly know anything about Steve. So everything I knew about him happened after that.
Yeah. Well, I still, it's really weird seeing Waxy pop up in certain chats and act as if nothing's ever happened. Like act as if she never said what she said on your stream, act as if she never, I don't know if she went on Unirock stream or if she was just typing in his chat. Hold on a second. I got a cough.
It is odd. And I've always said that. But,
yeah. But,
and
but
I
also,
was messaging with her and then she just quit replying.
Oh, okay. Don't get me started on this shit. Well, I will tell you about that. But at any rate, but then she goes on Little Red stream and she starts talking in code. And she's going, Little Red doesn't know what I know because I know what I know. But I'm going to tell Little Red what I know. And then she'll know what I know. And then she'll be able to decide to listen, I am not exaggerating.
That's crazy.
I ran the word no in the transcript search and it came up like over 100 times. No kidding.
Huh.
But I've been on Little Red stream with her about 3 times. And one time they had been
recently?
What does recent mean to you?
Like in the last 3 weeks?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Spring, summer, and they begged me to bring Tipster. And so I did. And I'm telling you, I was on Little Red's panel with her on 3 separate occasions. And she acts like she doesn't know who I am. So I put out a tweet the other day. Well, it was a poem. I guess a lot of people like my poems. Like I guess I found a new retirement plan. I don't know. But yeah, I ticked off that she tried to lie about me. Literally tried to lie about me in a chat, tried to get a bunch of people in the chat to turn against me. And
what she did?
Girl, it was
that's so weird.
Believable. Well, first of all, I DM'd her. I'm in Unirock's chat. Yeah, insanity. I get it. I was in Unirock's chat and somebody had said to me, hey, Waxy would like to know if you could reach out to her because she has a couple questions for you. And I had already heard through the community that she was working on a video. So I replied to that person. I said, I have no interest in being in her video. And she goes, okay, I'll let her know. Perfect. It was over. Well, then I let it resonate for a couple days. And I'm like, all right, if she's going to make a video and clear up the mess that she caused on Kay's stream, I'm down. Kay's my friend.
Yeah.
And I'm down for it. So I reached out to her in DM. I go, hey, I heard you want to talk to me. What's up? And she sends me this big long reply and basically says that she doesn't have a problem with me because as far as she knows, we've never spoken before. And then she starts like pounding me with questions. And I'm like, wait a minute, pump the brakes there, Sister Susie. I said, Waxy, we have spoken before. We were on Little Red Stream before. And she, comes back at me and goes, well, I don't remember. And can you answer my question or not? And I'm thinking, not till you get rid of your selective amnesia or dementia or whatever you have going on, because you're not going to use me for information. Period.
That's so bizarre.
It was a very, very bizarre interaction. So I see her in Uni's chat, and I said, hey, I said, it's pretty disappointing that you don't remember me. And she goes, well, you hurt my feelings. I'm thinking, how so? I say, how so? She said, because you said you wouldn't help me. I go, incorrect. I said, I wasn't interested in being in your video. And she goes, well, nobody ever mentioned any video. And I'm thinking, sweetheart, you've been telling everybody you're making a video.
Yeah.
But at any rate, she kept coming at me. She goes, well, I asked you simple questions. I didn't think they were that difficult to answer. And I go, well, with all due respect, you're not going to use me for information. And, it got to the point where I told her, I said, listen, a lot gets lost in translation. You're welcome to message me. We already had an open DM. But this person refuses to take the time to remember that we have had separate interactions numerous times, and that it is incredibly inconsiderate, disrespectful, and rude to try to demand information from me over something that caused such trauma with me.
I can't, but I understand it, because that's kind of how the way it went when I messaged with her. It started just not making sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
thank you so much, Psych. What she was saying in the message, I was like, what are you talking about? And it just started not making sense. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, it wasn't
Thank
as
you,
simple
Yoda.
as me just talking to Nat, like the things that this crazy person said.
Oh, yeah.
About crimes against kids.
Yeah.
And just like, it messed me up. It
See,
really messed me up.
That's exactly what people don't understand, because before that live that I did with Nat and Katie,
Mm-hmm.
I had just seen all those horrific things that that Nat had done to Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keep in mind, that's what the mindset I went into that stream with. I had just seen these things, which messes with your head. And if you haven't seen all these things, you don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally get what you're saying, Irish. People don't understand how bad it got. And you saw more than I did.
My best friend was kidnapped, molested, and murdered when I was 7. After we got done playing, she was kidnapped at the end of my street. So it brought back a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's a trigger.
So, yeah, it wasn't just as simple as that. And I had to laugh because she kept bringing up a Twitter account, like demanding information about the Twitter account. Let me not jump ahead. What I had said in Uni's chat that I guess made, I'm assuming, made Waxy reach out to this person to try to ask me to talk to her, is I said, in regards to Waxy, I said, I'm suspicious that maybe Natalie had sent her fake screen caps, and I believe that Waxy believed them. And that maybe now things have changed now that all the truth is coming out. So I thought that maybe that's what she was believing at the time, when she's like, I know what I know. And, Charlotte and I were getting close to the truth. That's why. Remember when she said that on your stream?
Oh, yeah.
We're getting close to the truth.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe she got a set of these bad emails or whatever it is. And
could be.
Well, that person replied to me and said, no, Waxy said that's not it. And, whatever. So it was interesting to me that she's trying to press me for information about a specific Twitter account that I mentioned on Shen's stream in my opening statement. It was how I got in contact with Natalie, not knowing it was Natalie. And she's demanding information about this Twitter account. And I'm thinking, it's not going to help you, sweetheart.
No.
Because that Twitter account wasn't made until August. You went on Kay's stream and said, you know what you know, and you know, and you got it, and everybody's in the know in July.
Yeah. I wish, if Waxy's around, I wish she would just come, say her piece, and be done with it.
I think
I
she's
really
a
do.
nasty person. I want nothing to do with her. I hot blocked her on Twitter, and I rarely block anybody. I was like, how dare this person be so rude to me? Okay, fine. I got a thick skin. Not that big of a deal. But when she tried to turn a chat against me, try to victimize herself, going, you hurt my feelings. If you don't know me, how can I hurt your feelings, weirdo?
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Some of this stuff will never make sense to me. I just don't think some of it ever will. I just don't think it will. And people who watch that stream know towards the end I was like, Waxy, enough. I pretty much told her to just get off the mic because she was just making a mess of everything. I was like, you got to stop. Because at that point, she was putting words in Nat's mouth, And I would go, no, Nat didn't answer. And she'd go, well, that is the answer. And I was like, no answer is no answer.
And she claims that she never said Steve McRae, and she did say his name on your stream. She most certainly did.
I'm sure she did. I would have to go
know
back
she
to
did. I re-listened to it the other day just to make sure.
See, I'm so sick of it. I can't even go back and watch it anymore.
Oh, my God.
Over it.
Well,
but here's my other thing, too, though, that the LMN stream that I did and then the stream with Nat and Katie.
Yeah.
Busted all this wide open. So people should be glad that it happened in a way. You know what I'm saying?
I tried telling Salts that too.
That was the beginning of the end for them.
Well, I got a hold of him right away when she popped on your stream, when Little Miss Noble did. I said, yo, you're going to want to turn the stream on now and record it. Because I was afraid Little Miss Noble was going to strike it down.
Yeah.
So he was watching it live with his entire law firm. And when I heard her talk about wanting to turn in Todd for employment tax fraud, I was like, okay, this is beyond. Like, this is beyond. Yeah. Why would you, take it to that level? It really pisses me off how many people are willing to hurt their kid just because they don't like his parents.
Yeah.
Like, let's get him in trouble for tax fraud, even though he wasn't doing tax fraud, and possibly get him in financial trouble, can't afford to pay the bills, whatever, medication stuff. Like, same thing.
I don't believe in any of that real life stuff for anybody. I'm totally against all that crap.
Well, the problem I don't know if you remember my stream with Shen's, where I kind of interrupted Shen's a couple times because she was talking about a topic that I felt that she was going to really start getting specific. And I was like, yikes, let me try to buffer my way in there. But I understand where she's coming from, where there's a group of people in a group chat talking about a video that allegedly has what will we call it? CA, child A word.
Yeah.
Okay. And rather than pick up the phone and call the police and call CPS, they talk about editing it and putting it out on Twitter.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just the way that a lot of things were handled here. I don't understand it. I don't understand. These are full-grown ass adults, man. These are people cornering on collecting their retirement legally from the government.
Yeah.
So it's like, these are the people they are. This is who they are as human beings. This is their final form as humans.
I just want to say to Nancy, I'm not on Uni's channel. I don't go on his streams. I don't know who that's directed at, but I can only speak for myself. He has been supportive of me when they were all coming after me again, but I don't go on Uni's streams or...
Wait a minute. He supported them going after you?
No. I said he supported me when they were all coming after me in the last couple weeks. But I'm not a Uni groupie or anything like that. I hardly know Uni. I don't go on his channel. Because this says, my question is, why are you all going to Uni's site? He never makes any sense.
Oh,
wanting you to go back to catch. I don't really know what that means.
I don't know if that's directed at me, because I know that when everything came out on November 14th, it came out because Natalie was all over Twitter. She went on a tangent, and it was earlier in the day on November 14th, and I got a hold of Salt. I go, "Yo, your dog's off the leash again." And he goes, "Have at it. I'm done." And I'm like, "What?" And that's when he explained to me what had taken place that morning between those two in emails or whatever. And so then Unirock did a stream that night where he said, "This is what I heard. I heard that Irish was in a call with Nat and got her to confess and recorded her and sent that recording off to Salt. And that's what got the ball rolling." And I'm like, that is not what happened in any way, shape, or form. So I knew he was going to do the stream because he titled it. So I was already in his chat before the stream happened. And I even said, I'm surprised this stream is happening without Unirock even talking to me, being that I'm one of the 3 people that was in the call. How is he going to talk about a call that I was in and not even talk to me about it? So I was curious of what he was going to say. And when he said that, I was like, oh, no, 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 no. And his mods are all going crazy going, "Yo, Irish is in the chat, dude." And he's going, "Oh yeah, Irish, I would like to talk to you about this." And this is what he says. He goes, "Oh, if I'm incorrect, feel free to send any screen caps to my admins." I'm like, dude, there's no screen caps for a voice call. What the hell's the matter with you? I'm like, what? So his mods and admins are really super cool. And, they gave me an invite to I guess like a fan server or whatever. And Unirock was supposed to talk to me. That was November 14th. We are now on December 11th, and said conversation has never happened. And I even said to his admins, I said, because I guess he was going through a rough time or whatever, like a personal issue, which I understand. But it's been almost a month now. I think I've been patient. I'm not interested in any public announcement that he got a story wrong. I need him privately to know he got the story wrong, give him the correct information so he can signal boost that. But we're past that now.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, he has no interest in knowing the facts, because that's not how it happened. And then one of his admins said, "Well, does it really matter?" Yes, it does matter. If you're going to tell a story about how it happened, there was a 3-day ordeal that happened with a lot of confessions within those 3 days, which got my crew to try to publicly on Twitter get a hold of Emily B. Baker and Michael Saltz, because it was on a Saturday night. Emily doesn't go on the internet on the weekends, but they were still going, get a hold of Irish. So there was a lot involved to get to the point of a recorded call with an attorney.
Well, and I know I even saw somebody on Twitter telling him to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
That he had it wrong.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say that.
Yep. It was probably Shen's.
Maybe. But to the real life stuff, I will never go real life on anybody. Everybody needs to stop doing it. It's gotten out of hand. But this is what I said back like 8 months ago when I told people to quit going real life on Katie Joy. And I said, you people are excusing it because it's Katie Joy, but who's next? And look what happened. Now everybody's a target. They can go real life on anybody they want, and nobody cares, and it's wrong. It will never be okay.
Yeah. I
had to get that out.
I'm glad you did. I don't understand why it's gotten to this level. I don't understand suing somebody for defamation and then doing nothing but talking about them before you
it makes no sense.
I don't get it.
If you're in a lawsuit, everybody, and I told Katie this, you should just be quiet. The last thing I would do if I was in a lawsuit is talk about it, or talk about the person I was suing, or suing me. It's
Nancy,
never.
And any decent attorney will tell you to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Only Nancy, go real life if you want popcorn. Exactly.
Lots of it too. Nancy, I'm kind of right down the middle when it comes to Unirock. Like he's messed over a good friend of mine. Almost got a good friend of mine sued because of some, lie he allegedly told. I wanted to give him the opportunity because I was in a stream. I went to a stream one time when I still am helping, but when the Gabby Petito investigation was going on, and he did an incredible job where he enhanced the van video. And I really believe that the media got it from him, where we were watching this video and we saw the van door close.
See, I was watching that on TikTok.
Oh my gosh. It was such a Matlock moment, if you will. But that whole stream was so good. He did such a good job. It was all information, no BS. If there was anything where somebody said, hey, check this out. Hey, is that somebody standing over there? He was, nope. And then we would go ahead and move on. So I wanted to give him a shot to get it right, because this is very important. This affects everybody in the community.
I took the messages down so people can see the names. I'm Kay. That's Katie and Irish.
Listen, don't get mad at me that our names are really similar. She named me.
I named her after myself. I said she's
a junior. She's not a second. She's a junior.
There's like a line about that in the Gilmore Girls about how Lorelai named Rory after her. And I'm like, is that she said something like during childbirth about how, what, isn't it crap that only men can name their children after them? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was my mom in 1985.
Yep. That's what I did. How's that shutting the mouth working for Alec Baldwin? He should have never done that interview. Who thought that was a good idea? That was bad. He should have never done that interview.
He was really cocky when he said that. I remember James Woods has like one of the best Twitters I've ever seen. And
he does. I agree.
He has one of the best Twitter accounts. And he put out a video a few months ago. I think it was when the Kyle Rittenhouse case was just starting to go to court. And he put out a video by a guy on a YouTube channel that he loves to watch, who is a guy that knows a lot about guns. And I watched this 4-minute video, and I'll never forget it because he lays down 4 of the most popular guns. Like he lives like out in the woods or whatever. And he tells you about the gun and whatever. And he tells you about how the gun works. And I remember him picking up a gun that looks similar to the one that was used by Alec Baldwin, where he said, if you pull back the hammer, he goes, even if you don't touch the trigger and you put the hammer back down, the bullet will exit the chamber. He said, he even made a point of saying it's a very, very common error that people have with this gun, that they think if they pull back the cock handle and manually push it down, that it's not going to release a charge. No, it has to.
See, my husband,
that's how the gun's made. Yeah, I don't know what type of gun it was, but James Woods was the one that I sometimes I get his attention on Twitter. Like maybe I can be like, dude, what was that video? Because he tweets like a million times a day, so it's not like I'd be able to find it.
Yeah, James Woods, the actor, he does have a really good Twitter. But you know the part where who was it? The other actor that spoke out and said, "I don't
George
care
Clooney?
what movie I do,
George
I
Clooney.
check every gun." Who?
George Clooney.
George Clooney. And he was being so disparaging towards him. And I was like, no, that's correct. You need to check that gun. I would never trust anybody.
I don't disagree with that, but most actors don't. It's supposed to go through a double check to even be declared cold, and there shouldn't be live ammunition on a set, period. Right. So there's a whole, don't get me wrong, I don't like Alec Baldwin as a person. Do I think he did anything on this on purpose? No.
No, I don't think he did either, and I want to be clear. I think this has aged him 100 years.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this movie is now canceled. People are attacking him because he dared go Christmas tree shopping with his family. And I'm like, he's a lot of things, but he didn't kill anybody on purpose. And there was a lot of problems on that set. And even the first day that news broke, because, it had only been hours before that a bunch of people walked off that set. So there's a huge question of sabotage. Yeah. But they said too, when they first investigated, when they went, there was over 500 rounds of ammunition, and it was blanks mixed with dummy rounds mixed with live ammunition. And again, live ammunition has no
it's
place
never supposed to be on the set.
On a set. Yeah. But it was supposed to, those guns should have been cleared by the prop master and then cleared by that assistant director who is avoiding OSHA right now and just got ordered by a judge today that he has to go sit down with them. So
that was my thing before, though. I said the only reason I think Alec Baldwin has to take responsibility is because he was a producer. He knew there were safety issues on the set. He had to have known because they had walked out over it.
Yeah,
still he did nothing.
Their crap about trying to still say that it was a safe set is BS. No.
See, I grew up. My dad was a gun dealer and won numerous.
You can still find his gun boxes on eBay once in a while when I search his
name. Gun boxes. So I grew up with guns all my life, and it was always assumed the gun is loaded. Always. Yeah, he should have never done that. Whoever let him do that interview, it hurt him so much.
Yeah.
I had way more sympathy for him before he did that interview.
I've only seen pieces of it, but I was just kind of grossed out by the whole thing. But he definitely didn't do himself any favors there.
No.
Yeah, Kiki, he is. Because before I saw any of the clips of that, I was just like, who in their right mind would actually think he had anything to do with this when it was a cleared gun that was announced to the entire set that it was cold, and then it had freaking live ammo in it? Somebody had to do that, and it wasn't him. But then he does that interview, and I'm like, ooh, you coming off as a D-bag.
And the problem, too, I think, was the woman in charge of the guns was doing two jobs. That was not a good idea either.
No.
They were trying to save money on this low-budget film. She should have never been doing two jobs.
Bye, Yoda. No, she shouldn't. And I feel bad for her because this was her first real job as a prop master. She's been working under her dad.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. I feel like she screwed the whole thing up. But
I know. It still needed to be double checked. But yeah, she grew up on famous. Yeah.
Prop dude.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like if anybody should have known what the rules are, it should be her. But I'm like, man, to screw up on your first giant job and to screw up, I mean.
But they were saying what I read was she did not have near enough experience to be the head person. She
even said it was an interview before this happened that she almost didn't take the job at first because she thought it was too big for her. And then she thought kind of like I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And yeah.
I don't think the armor was even there when that was done. That's my understanding. But they're supposed to be. So why wasn't she? Yeah. She's the only one that is supposed to hand him a gun.
Well, I mean, it's still supposed to be 2 checks. So we have a whole line of people here who failed.
Wasn't there 2 of them on the set, though? There was the dude and there was her.
And there was the first assistant who declared it cold when they were doing the run through.
And you would think that if, when you're on a movie set and they say cold gun, that it wouldn't have like the round in it to make it go bang.
And he did tell investigators that he didn't actually check the gun before he declared it cold and handed it to Alec. So
that's just so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Well, and then when Alec was talking about it, it even reminded me of James Wood's video that he posted of that gun master person even more, when he was describing that she was saying, no, move the gun here. And he's going here, here, here. And she kept directing him and told him, according to him, she told him to cock the hammer back. And so far, there's been nobody to dispute that. There were multiple people in that church and nobody has disputed what he has said.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of that video that James Wood posted, that guy where he goes, if you pull the hammer back on this gun, even if you put the hammer manually down, it will release the bullet. It will release the charge.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that until my husband told me that. He knew exactly. He said, I bet the guy, put the hammer back, didn't he? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, yep. There you go.
Yeah.
He was told to, because they were setting up the shot with the camera.
See, this is what I said, buddy. He was a executive producer. He obviously knew there were safety issues because people walked off the set because of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad, though. I just can't even imagine this lady's family. It's just
right.
Ugh. But I think I saw people commenting, I don't think they understood that as soon as this happened, or at least this is what Alec Baldwin says, they were all made to get out of that schoolhouse immediately. So he couldn't see what was going on. That's why he didn't know for 45 minutes that they had been shot. He didn't know. He thought she fainted or whatever.
And the fact that they left her there
Yeah.
for that long,
I could not believe it took that long to get help out there.
I mean,
They had medics there, but yeah, that's not.
I don't think it took them 45 minutes to get help out there. They left her in there.
Oh, because see, he said he was outside, and for 45 minutes he did not know that they were shot. He still thought they had fainted.
I might have to rewatch that because I thought that he said like after 20 minutes the police showed up and stuff like that, but that because he mentioned the helicopter landing.
Oh, okay. So maybe he just meant they didn't tell him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But they still left her in there. Like,
That's,
I that was very bizarre to me. That was very bizarre to me.
oh, yeah, they were cutting costs like crazy. This was a very low budget movie.
And now it's all completely a loss because of their cost cutting.
I agree, Carly. I think there was so much stuff going on that set. And I know I read somewhere else that the day before they were all out shooting real guns with real bullets on their brakes. And see, that's never supposed to happen either.
No, there should never be live ammunition near a movie set, ever.
I still don't know why they even need real guns on a movie set with all the stuff they can do now. Somebody
these
told me
days
I'm wrong that
I
you
don't
still
feel
have
like
to have
it's
a real gun. I don't see how.
Like, I don't know if the actor in the movie The Crow was ever convicted for accidentally killing.
I don't think so.
I don't think he was.
I think it was all played as an accident too.
God, that was so sad.
Well, he said he thought it was a dummy bullet. He thought she fainted. No, I don't know if he's telling the truth. That's what he said in the interview.
He also says he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, see, with CGI as good as it is now, I don't know why you need a real gun. I really don't.
Yeah, because even blanks are dangerous.
Yeah. I don't think there was a lot from what I've read, Bunny, but you have to remember the bullet went through her and then hit the second guy, so they're probably, I don't know.
Well, and depending, so if it's, she's going to be bleeding out her back where the exit wound is. So if she fell on top of that, if they were all rushed out immediately afterwards, you weren't going to see the blood necessarily.
Did I say something wrong? They're all like, no blood. Did I say, I just meant,
I don't know.
Maybe not that you would see before he left the building.
Right.
He's also an actor. Good point. That's true. He is an actor. That's how he makes his living. I don't in a million years think he ever meant for this to happen, though. But
no,
safety was not on par on that set. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think it would honestly just be better if they just owned up to it. I'm sure that they're just trying to avoid litigation at this point, but somebody lost their life if you guys get sued over it. I mean, I think that's the least, nobody's going to jail over this most likely. So
yeah, I don't think so either. From what I read, the only one they could would be the armorer.
Or the first assistant, yeah. And or both. And even then it would most likely, unless they could prove that they put the bullet in there on purpose, or unless somebody admitted to it, then you'd most likely get like negligent manslaughter. I bet his attorney, kind of things.
His attorney must have watched that video and been like, oh, no, no, no.
It even wouldn't have been all that bad until he said he felt no guilt. I'm sorry. Even if you don't have anything, there are deaths that I've experienced being a nurse and stuff like that, of course, these were people that came into my trauma. I had nothing to do with it. And I feel guilt over some of those deaths because we're humans. And when people die near us, that's a normal reaction. So for you to say on national television that you have no guilt over this is just bizarre.
Well, that makes him crying in the very beginning, acting, if that's the
right.
case.
You painted yourself in such a bad light here.
Who are you talking about, Carly? Charges against who? I don't think there was ever charges.
There was never charges, no.
On Alec Baldwin. Yeah, I've always heard that dummies are, because it's still a charge, even with a dummy bullet.
Yeah. What's his face's son got murdered with a dummy charge? The Big kung fu actor.
Brandon
Lee.
The Who
Yes,
was in
thank
The
you.
Crow. Yeah.
Yes, that. Yes. I'm like, yeah, that was.
It was.
But there was, remember, was it like a year or 2 years ago that up and coming country singer shot himself with a dummy bullet? Wasn't that a dummy bullet and died? Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
No.
He was an up and coming country singer. Irish, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Y'all leaving me on an island all by myself.
We think you're drunk.
Now I'm gonna Google it. Y'all talk while I Google it, because now it's going to bother me.
I'm trying to Google it and I'm not coming up with anything.
Yes, y'all.
I'm humming Final Jeopardy in my head right now.
Oh,
Does
Justin
anybody
Carter.
in chat know what I'm talking about?
I found it. It's Justin Carter.
Yeah, okay. See, I'm not crazy.
Mhm.
Killed when prop gun
And
fired. Oh, but it had a live round too, didn't it? He was filming a music video.
Oh, I remember that. Now that you said that, I remember.
Girl, see, I don't have dementia yet.
I stroked
See,
out
that's
there for a
another
minute.
one. It was a prop gun on a music video. Yep.
Well, didn't they say that on this set with Alec Baldwin that they had taken all these guns out to a gun range?
Yeah, that's what I
Mhm.
said.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the day before. See, in this, it's sad because if you read about this, Justin Carter, same thing. There was never supposed to be any live rounds on the set. Same exact thing.
Yeah, that's just.
How many times does this have to happen? Y'all had me thinking I was crazy.
You are, but not.
Well,
over
yeah,
this.
but because he
Bunny
doesn't
has
think
another
anything was his fault. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
see
there's
that's
another
what's
one.
odd. That's what's odd about him saying that he doesn't feel any guilt. Because just because you're saying that you feel guilty and you cry and you're upset isn't admitting fault that you're
Right.
at
No,
fault for
that's
it.
what I don't get.
It's just being human.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you guys want to talk about the Sophie Long case? They
That's
found
all
her.
you guys. I don't. They did.
Yeah. They found her today. They said they found him in a foreign country, which I bet is Mexico. Arrested her dad, and they're trying to get her back to the United States.
She's okay.
Yeah. They said she's okay.
That's.
I don't know,
crazy.
Michelle. I would have thought somebody would have kept his interview better than that if he'd have been told what to say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like Mom said, like his attorney was probably watching that interview and going, "Oh,
I think he
Oh,
must
God.
have gone off the script. But yeah, back to Sophie Long. They found her. She's okay. They arrested her dad. It's weird that they just keep saying a foreign country. But since they were in Texas, I would think they had to find him in Mexico. That would make sense, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch the Travis Scott interview. But there's I want to show this screenshot. I don't know if this is true, but somebody on Twitter, let me pull it up. If I can
Dang,
figure out.
Twitter
I haven't
people.
done a share screen in so long. Oh, where'd it go? Can you guys, is it up there?
No,
No?
no.
See, it's been too long since I did a share screen. Oh, here we go. Now can you see it?
No. There we go.
See, I don't know how to make these bigger because that's really small, isn't it? Can you guys read that?
Almost.
Oh,
That's a little better.
I'll read just parts of this because I don't know who this. Does anybody know who this Tim Foxworth is?
Mm-mm.
Thank you for all your care and consideration during this last horrible year. Whether or not you believe Sophie's accusation or believe that she was coached, she will now get the help she so desperately needs. Now we can update you on Jack and Lucas. None of the children will be in Kelly's custody as they are being placed with a third party who is unrelated, as she did not want her sister to care for them while Kelly deals with drug and alcohol abuse after her sister found her passed out and unresponsive. Mowgli will also be cared for elsewhere. So I don't know. This is all allegedly. Let's be clear. Be very clear that this is alleged. Let me know if you guys know who this guy is.
I tried looking him up too, and besides some comments on the Facebook page, there's like nothing about this guy.
People were acting on Twitter like he's an expert on the Sophie Long family. See, this is why I never got involved in this case, because I always felt like all the parents failed all the children. Summer Wells, that's such a sad one.
Oh God, don't.
Iris is like, don't bring up Summer Wells.
Well, I've been working on a lot of stuff with Jennifer Coffendorfer with the FBI.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been definitely working on that.
So Bunny said she's supposed to go live with her maternal aunt. He has been on the Sophie Long Facebook site since the beginning.
So is he just a community person, or?
Yeah, I kind of quit watching the case because I got so frustrated about all the lies and stuff going out there. And I don't like people, like a lot of people I felt were on YouTube were just using her name to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys know I can't stand using minors for content. I think it's helpful when a child is missing to do YouTube videos or adults and try to find them.
Yeah.
But this Sophie Long stuff was going so far over the line. It was just constant drama for views. It was horrible. In my opinion, some channels should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah, I was telling Iris, somebody, I did the Carly Goose. I do her every year because they still haven't found her. And somebody in the comments put, I know Don Wells, I'm going to ask him to come on your channel. And I was like, well, that's odd.
Yeah, that person that was talking to me on Twitter.
Yeah.
They are from that area. We've been talking a lot in DMs, and I've been getting the vibe, and Jen's been getting the vibe, and a lot of people around there. That church that they go to is very.
See, I've seen a lot of people question the lady at the church that was so close to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not saying, Kelly, they said she was found in a foreign country, which I would think would have to be Mexico.
Oh yeah, I even tried looking further and nothing saying anything but foreign country.
They probably don't want to say till they get her home.
Yeah.
I believe he is a close associate of Michael Long and a big name in the Father's Right groups. Oh, well, that would make sense.
Michelle, it's interesting that you bring that one up because that's still an open investigation, by the way.
Yeah, we never did get to talk about that last thing with the laundry case. The last update.
We're still looking for the gun.
I showed Mom that there was, for a very short time on TikTok, there was guys who were making videos like that. They not idolize Brian Laundrie, but they would make a joke when my girlfriend laughs at his jokes just a little too long, and then they posed, and then they would superimpose a picture of Brian Laundrie over themselves.
That was
I'm
sick.
like, are you kidding me?
That was so gross.
Those will come back to haunt them when they're adults.
Oh,
try
yeah.
to get a job at a company.
These were adult
men. Turn out to be an actual DV kind of person.
Probably.
That's gonna speak a lot about
that'll
you.
help with the conviction.
Yeah, exactly. That's some premeditation right there.
Who are you talking about? Just saying, I kind of lost track here. Like I said, I think all the parents failed all the children. And I always thought that was weird that everybody so focuses on Sophie. You know, there's 2 little boys, too. I can't imagine what all these kids have been through.
Yeah.
So sad.
About laundry real quick. There was I don't want to say it was a break today in the case, but there is an interesting development.
Oh, tell us.
Okay, do you guys remember when the attorney did his first interview? I think it was with Ashley on WFLA or on News Nation Now or something like that, where he said that he was in his truck driving and the FBI had called him about the search at the laundry house. And he said that he had to pull over and call them back because he had his daughter in the truck. Okay.
Okay.
It's been rumored for a while that there was this woman, she was on Facebook and she was like saying how she was older than Brian and his mother made her this Afghan, and there was a picture of her wearing this like Afghan poncho thing and talk about how, like, you know, Brian's mother always wanted them to get married, whatever. Long dark hair. And then there's this psychic named Carla Barron.
No, not with this.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
There was she had to.
Wait a minute. There's this psychic named Carla Barron who she gets like, you know, she's been on A&E a lot and all this other stuff, but so she kind of gets mixed. People believe her, people don't. I pay attention to what she says. And she has long said that there was a woman with long dark hair that helped him. And that woman that was on that Facebook page had long dark hair. And I was like, oh, that's kind of an easy catch, you know? Well, there was a development today where one of her Twitter followers said, hey, has anybody ever looked into this chick? And going back to Steven Bertolino being in the truck with FBI saying he had to pull over and let his daughter out, I assumed it was a minor. I assumed it was a teenage daughter. And
yeah.
He, you know, and he was like listening to the call over the speakers of his truck or whatever. No, this dude has adult kids, and one of his daughters fits the description.
Oh, wow.
And fits an area that he was suspected to have ran to when nobody could find him.
Oh.
Right. So there's been a development. So it's definitely something to look into because the case is not over. The parents have gone to court. I think it was on December 8th. And they're trying. Okay, wait till you hear this one. Evidently, he has assets worth $75,000, and there's also a Bank of America account of his and his name, savings and checking with a balance of $20,000. And his parents went to court on December. Way. His parents
went to court. They always so broke?
Yeah, why they were making her dad buy them food. I
don't know.
That's
because
crazy.
I went to Jennifer and I said, this is not it. Look it up, Google it. Like they've been reporting it like
crazy. I knew there was something about them trying to get his estate, and I was thinking, well, there wouldn't be nothing in it.
Right? I thought the same thing. But you know, because I was so frustrated with Jennifer, I'm like, well, then why the hell did he steal $1,000 from her? And she said to make it look like she was doing it, like she was using the card. That's why he did it.
Yeah.
Yes, I do make fairy floss. Or cotton candy, whatever you want to call it. Somebody was asking. Sorry, off topic. Do you make candy floss? I don't know.
Oh, no, but you said fairy floss, and I thought that was so cute.
Fairy floss.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people still call it that.
Fairy floss. It's precious. You call it fairy floss. Oh, my God. Sell that to Disney. Make millions. Retire.
I got all the cotton candy I need to sell. I got my hands full with this cotton candy.
God, Tinker Floss. Oh my God, make it happen.
My son's home.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, Kyle?
Come say hi.
All you know, just hanging in there.
You get your gift for a white elephant yet?
Did I get what?
Did you get your thing for White Elephant yet?
No, I didn't.
Come on,
I
bro.
forgot about that for a little bit.
Hold on, he's got to look around Mom's house, grab something to wrap it.
He will.
Yeah,
too.
just grab something.
I got.
Just grab it and wrap it.
You don't need this coffee pot, do you, Ma?
That's right. I'll just wrap up one of your coffee cups and give it back to you.
There you go. A
Cardi,
broken
I
one.
do make peppermint. I'll send you some, girl. I'll send you. We call it winter frost, but it's peppermint, and I love it. I love the smell of it. I will send you some. Sorry, guys, we kind of got off topic with the fairy floss and my son walking. Where were we?
Fairy floss?
See? It's a great name, isn't it?
How do people not know that's what it used to be called?
It's a great name.
I should do Kay's fairy floss.
Do point out the fact that Kyle literally works there.
Listen, Katie, you got to talk your mom into selling some of her cotton candy to some of the dispensaries, and she will be making bank.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
No, I'm dead
Unfortunately,
serious.
here in
If you
Ohio,
bag
it barely got past that we even have.
Well,
medical.
honey, you are close to the
So-
border of Michigan where it's
That's
legal
true.
recreationally here. Boy, you should package up some of that cotton candy, and then they can put drops of their magic at the dispensary.
Kiki, I have so much trouble with trademarks. I've got 2 I'm trying to get through right now, and it's I hate
Can you
trying to
imagine
trademark.
if your mom made a 420 cake out of cotton candy?
I should
Oh
do
my
that.
God.
Like the stoners would be standing outside the dispensaries going, "We want our cake and eat it too."
My son's laughing. We need some infused cotton candy.
Hell yeah. Talk about seeing fairies and stars and
That really would be
elves
fairy floss. Change your name to Fairy Flosser. Y'all are going too far. THC Fairy Floss. I
See,
love this.
Kiki? She understands me. She gets me.
Oh, I love the peppermint. We used to, pre-COVID, we used to make the peppermint cotton candy and top it on hot chocolate. And then as it melted, it would make like
It
a
was
peppermint
really
hot
good.
chocolate.
Especially
So
if you
good.
put coffee in it. What you could do when you work there because you love your mother.
But see, if you do like THC cotton candy, you're like, taking care. What is it? You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Like
Stone.
you're getting stoned, and you're taking care of your munchies at the same time. It's
That's right.
brilliant.
Where's Pickle? Pickle would love this conversation.
Oh, Pickle.
Let me
I
go
was
get
rocking a little
Pickle.
bit.
Get her off Twitter and tell her to come over here. I love Pickle. She's so funny.
She
I
is
adore
funny.
that woman. Yeah, we can't even get legalized pot in Ohio, so Kay's a cool mom.
Yeah, that still cracks me up that they went to pass that law and they shot themselves in the foot with it. Like, it took forever to even get to the medical thing. But then they said that these dispensaries had to have universities test their stuff first. Universities can't because they're funded by the federal government. So it took like another 2.5 years to work that back out and actually let the dispensaries open. So
Y'all have to remember the time that I grew up, pot was everywhere. Nobody thought anything of it.
Mhm.
It was just
Oh, it's so good for my cancer patients too.
pickle call. No, actually, cotton candy's like way lower in sugar and calories than you think because it's
Is.
all hot air.
Mhm.
It's air. That's why it's so fragile.
I'm really sensitive to sugar, and when I'm sitting there packing, like when you put the lids on, little pieces fall off. So that's my break food, and it doesn't bother me at all because there's really not that much in it when it comes down to it.
You know, the bad thing with the Ohio one here too is if you get a marijuana card, you can't have conceal and carry,
Mm-hmm.
which is BS.
Let's talk about fairy nuts.
Oh my God.
I'm still so she packages
We're not
said
doing nut sacks,
in
you
a
guys.
bag. Why can't we call it nut sacks?
Yes.
You would sell so many more if you said that these were Kay's nut
listen,
sacks.
You bag them up. It's a little pair, a little what we'll call it, a sack pair.
Y'all are so bad.
And then for the oddball ones where there's only one, you call it undescended.
You guys are terrible.
Undescended sack.
No! Oh my god.
Come
No.
on!
Y'all,
Kyle,
no.
we need your.
This is just going from bad to worse.
I bet he would wince if you asked.
He's
your
nutsack. Stop it. That just sounds bad.
He would wince. Go, Mom. Geez.
Oh,
I think we need to rename everything to have that kind of name. What?
I think it's brilliant.
I was going to tell Kiki, my husband had a liver transplant. If you ever have questions, just let me or Katie know.
Still likes to show his
Unfortunately,
grandchildren the scar and tell them it's a shark bite.
It does look like a shark bite.
You could sell those nut sacks to like specialty stores, you know, that sell like dildos and all kinds of fun.
Oh my
I
God.
would love to infuse everything with THC. Wouldn't that be fun? But they
Yes.
They only
That's
let
the
big
dream.
companies do that stuff. They would never let a little one do it.
I
Maybe
remember
just
being
for the
baked with
name.
my cousin. We're going like, someday we're going to be able to go to like a 7-Eleven drive-through, man, and we're going to be able to get an 8th pre-roll. We're like, yeah, that's going to happen. Well, we're kind of almost there.
Well, I will say this. I have bought some .com names. Years ago. Years ago, I bought them.
I tried talking Keem into this, like, I smoked a lot of weed then, but I tried talking Keem into this business venture. I'm like, dude, snooze porn. He's like, what are you talking about? I go, snooze porn. We get the worst porn in the world that can put people to sleep, and we put it on this website, and then we'll make bank off of all the ad revenue, on all the advertising. And the name snoozeporn.com was available.
You should have bought it.
Yeah, because Celestia Vegas porn was the first one I wanted to put on there.
I
was a friend of
always
mine.
tell people, don't even search for a name unless you're prepared to buy it, because then the squatters will buy it. Because they have a thing that shows them what people look for, and then they'll go buy it.
Mm-hmm. I've been wanting this one name for like 10 years. These dudes in fucking Italy own it. I don't even know why. They don't do anything with it. It's so annoying. But they always say, well, you can buy it off us for like, $5,000. Suck my... Oh, sorry.
I probably have 20 .coms.
I think I have a few. I definitely know I have one, but I have a few.
I was trying to catch up. I missed all the comments.
Yeah.
I need my other glasses. These are
Your other
messing with me.
glasses. Good Lord.
I think I got daddy's on or something. I do. I think I have your dad's on.
They legitimately do not know whose glasses are whose in that household.
This is what happens when you've been married 36 years. All right, you guys talk about stuff. I'm going to find my other glasses.
Oh, no, that's so funny. That is so funny. Because
Good
she's
Lord,
been
help
here
me.
for an hour and a half with the wrong glasses on.
You should see them when we go out to dinner.
Oh,
Because neither of them half the time will remember to take the glasses, but neither of them can read the menu without them. So somebody will find a pair of glasses buried somewhere, and then they will sit there and pass them back and forth to share to look at the menu.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious.
Bless them. This 2022 will be 37 years of marriage for them. So.
Aw,
I know, they're so cute.
that's amazing. Your mom's cool. She
She
was like one of the
definitely has their moments.
mine does too. Like it's best if you're not her kid. But she was like, your mom was one of the few people that when everybody had turned against me over this one individual that turned out to be such utter she was the only one that said, no, I have no problems with Irish. I would actually like to get to know her. And I was like, oh, I left to comment and everything. I'm like, thanks for giving me a chance. All these other people are mean.
Oh.
No, it's like life is repeating itself. It's like what happened last year in December looks like it's firing up to happen again. Although this time, I'm not going to be silent, and I'm not going to just sit back and take it.
It's a good way to be.
Well,
Let's try
2022 is coming up.
Are those yours?
That is so much better.
Oh, Lord.
I can see the comments now.
Oh,
It's so much better. Yay!
Oh my god.
I can see.
You know, when I come over tomorrow, I'm going to go around your house and round up all the damn glasses so that you guys can find them.
There's probably 20.
Those are going to be the white elephant gifts.
Yes. And you know what'll happen is Kyle will open those ones and he won't let you trade.
Probably. Probably about right.
You'll have to get like a little bit of nail polish and mark which ones are hers with a color and which ones are your dad's.
Did I miss anything? I'm scrolling back through now that I can see them.
We were just talking about how adorable you are.
Aw. My mom and dad do that too. Because she's saying glittery glass frames. And I have a couple like that. And I'll be like, honey, that's not what you want to wear. To each their own, you know?
He's past the point of caring.
He doesn't care.
So did you want to talk about the Duggar stuff? Duggar.
Oh, we haven't talked about the Duggars yet.
Duggar huggers.
You guys start talking about the Duggars. I'm still catching up on comments.
Okay, so I have a question. Jana? I don't know how you say it, but she got charged with
Child
endangering.
endangerment.
Yeah. Completely unrelated, but I'm like, what is up, y'all?
She fell asleep.
For
and
people
the
that have
kids
so many
was-
damn children, could you treat them right, maybe?
Apparently she fell asleep and the kids wandered off the Duggar property. One of them did, and was in the street, and somebody found him, called the police.
Wow.
But
That's
Katie
true.
Joyce,
I'm very surprised that they charged her with anything, but
well, you know, they kept it under wraps this long.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Now, Katie Joyce says she's the one that broke the story, so I don't know. Somebody else said TMZ was first. I don't know. I know there was a lot of places quoting Katie Joy, so Iris, you got nothing to say on that?
Obviously they're new.
Who's new?
The one that said, Irish, I can't believe anybody would have a problem with you. Well,
True.
I mean, how much time do you have? Just saying.
Hey, Dee, they said I think it was like a 2-year-old wandered across their property and onto a street or something. Jana is the oldest that's still not married. I shouldn't say it that way. I didn't mean the way it sounded terrible. But for them, that's unusual to be 30 and not married.
Hey. What do you mean?
Well, in their religion.
in their family and in their,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I worship the
you know,
devil. And
they're
we
married
don't
and
get
having
married
kids by the time they're 18.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have a huge property, so that could have been quite a walk.
yet. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it shocked people. But see, that happened back in September, so Daddy Duggar kept that under wraps for quite a while.
Oh, damn, Carly.
KJ said Jana must not be straight. That's horrible.
That is.
People should never try to out other people. That's not right.
Especially when they have children.
Well, Jana doesn't, but especially when they're in that kind of a religion where they could,
Oh, yeah, where?
harm could come to them for something like that being said.
Did anything ever happen with the Todd Chrisley suit?
Not yet. It's still. Last I saw, somebody posted a timeline and said they were. There was a deadline this month for something. Like they had to have their depositions all done. I think it said they will go to trial if they don't mediate in February. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what it said. Oh, I'm sure Jana is under lots of stress.
I do think it's hilarious that Jim Bob has not canceled his campaign. He
in
has
my
to be.
opinion, he's a sick mofo.
He's also an idiot if he
never
thinks he's going to win this.
I would never elect somebody named Jim Bob.
There is that, but he has been elected before.
I just wouldn't.
I think she has insinuated in the past one of the boys was too, and it doesn't matter what you think, you just don't do that to people.
But it's also not something, like, it's not something to make a slight of. It's 2021. Like, saying somebody's not straight is not an insult. And it shouldn't be
No,
portrayed
but
as one.
it should never be up to you to out anybody.
No, it shouldn't.
Especially
Especially when they're in that religion.
When they're in that religion, yeah. That always worries me that like something would happen. Of course, they're adults now, but I think a lot of them are still under Jim Bob's
Oh yeah,
control.
definitely.
I never doubted he was going to get a guilty verdict. I kept telling people the feds don't bring a case unless they're going to win.
The FBI has like a 98%. Yeah.
98% conviction rate, you guys. There was
and
no way.
They've been gathering stuff since like 2018 on him.
2019.
Yeah. I mean, like this case has been a very long time in the building. And if you watch the defense's computer expert, it was done as soon as she started. They had nothing against the Fed's computer expert.
I was shocked that his daddy didn't pony up for a real computer expert. You know,
I don't think they could have found anybody with more experience and stuff like that who would have been able to say anything. So they got somebody who was just willing to be like, I think it could have been remote. And they wouldn't have been able to find a real computer expert who was willing to say that stupid stuff.
That's what I'm saying too, Bunny. You just don't do that. Oh, I never thought he was going to get off. That's why I was shocked when he didn't take the plea deal. Because most people, if you have the feds bring a case against you, you take the plea deal because you know if you don't.
Yeah, because they offered like 6 years, right? They offered him 6 years, which is a drop in the bucket.
10, but maybe 6. I don't know.
I mean, either way, it's half of what he's going to get.
Now he could get up to 20.
Yeah, and this judge seems.
And see, I think because they're letting his past things come in, that he may get the full 20.
Yeah. Well, it shows a pattern for him. Yeah, so definitely. It shows that he needs, and they were talking too. So where he is doesn't have a rehabilitation program for that. So they're talking about he might be sent to another location. But so far, the recidivism for those programs is horrendous. And they don't do a whole lot regardless. So either way, like sitting in jail is the best way to protect the public.
Absolutely. Oh, Sharon, we were talking about Sophie earlier. They found her. They're bringing her back to the United States, and her dad has been arrested or taken into custody, whatever you want to call it. I hope he gets the full 20. He needs to serve the full 20. And I don't think it's going to be camp, like Teresa Giudice calls it. I don't think he's going to camp. And then there's a lot of stuff going on about Anna Duggar. I have such mixed feelings on her.
I don't know anything about her.
That's his wife.
Yeah,
she just had their 7th baby. I got mixed feelings on her. I do feel bad for her. I know she's in a bad spot. She needs the Duggars' money or support. But at what point do you have to open your eyes and see your husband for what he is and get away from him?
Yeah. You need to put your kids above that.
People keep saying, but she can't leave because outside of the Duggar family, she has no support.
His parents even released a statement saying that the truth, whichever it is, we hope that it comes out. So, like before the verdict. So I'm like, they should still support her.
Hi, CJ.
It's not her fault their son is.
No, the Duggars will keep supporting her, but people are saying she needs to get away from the Duggars. And that she can't because she doesn't have any money of her own.
Right.
But I feel like at what point is she going to have to grow up and take control of her life and her kids? And, other women have to do it. I know it's the only life she knows. I get it. She's saying this is the only life she knows. Give her a minute and she'll figure. I hope she does figure it out. I hope she gets away from all the Duggars.
I don't think she's made a statement since the verdict, but she defended him up until that point.
She still is right now.
Yeah, so.
But I don't know how she could watch all that evidence and not get what her husband is.
Yeah.
I mean, how much do you have to have in your face to finally admit that this is true? Oh, CJ has strong opinions on Anna. I have empathy for her. I do. I get how she was raised to be subservient to men. I get it. But look at the other Duggar daughters that have grown up and found their own way. they were raised the same way, but they're standing on their own now, and they think once Josh is in jail, she'll figure it out. I don't know, because she's still going to be under that influence of Michelle and Jim Bob. Let me know what you're thinking, CJ. I know, I do want to give her some time. I just hope she wakes up and gets away.
Yeah.
But I agree with what somebody on Twitter said. She literally just had a baby.
Yeah, they're
So,
2 months old.
Yeah.
So like while they've been going through all of this, she was at the end of her pregnancy, had the baby, has been taking care of a newborn with 6 other children while he's, because he wasn't allowed to stay at home. He's been staying with a family friend during the trial.
Yeah. That Katie Joy doxed. She got to quit doxing people's addresses.
She's horrible.
No, I don't think. What, Irish?
She's horrible.
She is really bad about that.
She's just a horrible human being. I'm sorry.
I think her ego's gotten really big over this Duggar thing. God only knows. Somebody said she had 20,000 people in her live chat.
That ego's going to invade Canada.
She did make some comments about Anna Duggar that I thought were horrific. She needs to really watch what she's saying. She hit 200,000 subs. Yeah, I'm not surprised with all the Duggar stuff going on.
But I mean, if she's getting that many people, and the thing that, well, I mean, it is what it is. But like, the Duggars aren't exactly non-litigious people themselves. You start getting that much attention, and
people have often
going
wondered
to cause
why
somebody with a lot of money to come after you.
Why they haven't sued her. But I think they try to stay away from that stuff because it brings more attention to it.
I mean, you know, kind of like his thing, they can't, I don't know that they're really on a lot of stuff because they have the surveillance stuff on their computers because of their religion.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how much they can access, who brings what to their attention when things are going down online.
Well, I know Katie has said that the Duggars watch her channel. I don't know. Oh, I'm sure she got a very watered down version of that. Yeah, I don't think she got anywhere near the truth. But you have to remember, too, when the whole website thing came out and he was hooking up with other women off that Madison website, that was her other clue, too.
Yeah.
Red flag.
How many things are you going to forgive?
Red flags. Yeah.
Why are you getting messages from someone named Cinnamon Candy?
What?
Exactly.
Cinnamon candy. You know, the one he, and I meant to do a TikTok video on it. I have like 100 half-done videos because the woman he got off that website makes TikToks about it.
Oh, yeah.
She's made quite a few TikToks about her time with Josh Duggar. I know, I don't get it either, just saying. I have a strong faith myself, but I don't do the organized religion thing. But I just, it's hard for me to imagine these people live like that.
Julian Assange. Yikes. Julian Assange.
What about him?
He's going to get extradited to America.
Oh.
Yeah, UK's had enough of him.
Kicking him out?
Yup.
I heard that, Alley Cat. I heard that she was being really mean to subs this week. She said, I'm new here, had to unsub from KJ because she's so aggressive this week. Somebody else was talking about that on Twitter.
She's always nasty to people.
I think the thing is, though, people correct her and she doesn't like that.
Gotta get down off that pedestal a little bit. We're all wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
Listen, I told her no once in a call, and she runs to Twitter and tells people I'm abusive. She's abusive. She abused me in a call.
Katie, check the WikiLeaks for us. Check the
For what?
WikiLeaks Instagram. Oh, for Julian, I can't say his name like Irish did.
Assange. Well,
You know what?
Ass and
people think he's not going to make it alive, or once he gets here, like they're already saying the CIA is going to take him out. They might.
if the CIA wanted him, they could have gotten him easily in the UK too.
Yeah, but they don't want to cause an international incident, you know?
True.
So they just went to court again, and UK said, take him.
I agree, buddy. At least those were consenting adults. Yes. Sharon said he was KJ, Katie Joy, without a crystal ball.
I still can't believe Ghislaine Maxwell's like breathing.
I know.
Right?
Everybody's been waiting. Did you see the thing where she was drawing the person drawing her in court?
Oh, that's funny.
No.
I gotta find the picture of it. They had the person in court drawing her.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah.
staring at her, and she's drawing her. I'm like, that is so freaky. So
You have
freaky.
time during your own trial to do that sort of thing. Like,
Yeah, why wouldn't you be listening to what's going on in
say
your
maybe
trial?
you should pay better attention to the people who were minors that you are testifying against you right now.
I agree, but I was shocked that they named their daughter Madison. That is so odd to me. I don't know.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, isn't that weird?
ew.
Wow.
Never in a million years would I have named my daughter Madison after my husband was
I mean,
caught
what
on
a
the Madison
shout out.
website.
What a shout
Isn't that
out.
weird? Oh, creepy heifer. That's so. Let me see if I can find the picture.
CJ is so great. I adore you, CJ. CJ is like awesome. Love, love, love that person.
Oh, I found the picture.
Hi, puppers.
Puppies. Let me see if I can share it.
Tap dancing in the background. Let's see.
For
Work
real.
that pole. Work that
It's
pole,
so
puppers.
creepy, you guys. It's so creepy.
That's their second income. Their third income?
Working towards that retirement, baby.
It actually
Listen,
might be their fourth or fifth income.
You
at
should
this
be
point.
encouraging it. Your inheritance needs it.
Listen, I can't run businesses. When mom had people picking on her, I would cancel their orders and tell them
When
to
mom had
off.
people picking on her, it's so sad that you had to say that because I understand. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean on the popcorn side of things.
She means my
people.
customers.
Yes, and her customers were being dickholes to her this
Oh
week.
my God.
And she was
poor
like, can you help me
kitty.
with that? And I was just like, Mama, I will cuss them out and refund their orders. This is why I don't run a business. Because I have no patience.
I
for
wish
that.
you would have been on that stream that night. Like, damn it with
Oh,
your
I do
pirate
too.
eye. Ugh.
Between the pirate eye and then the baby was just like sleep is
Like,
for the
I don't even
weak.
want to let them
And I am
in
not weak,
on
Mama.
the joke. Like, I don't even
No,
want to
it's
let them
just-
in on the joke. I was laughing so hard. So hard. I have to tell you privately, let's just say that only myself and the unicorns, we'll call them, knew about your Twitter activity, and we were dying.
It was
It
so
was so
funny. See it. A lot of people
Oh
don't
my
know that happened, and I
God.
laughed so hard. I cannot
Dying.
get this picture to share.
Had them chasing their own tails and getting lost and attacking each other's tweets.
They were
still-
attacking each other.
I
It was
still
so
have a
funny.
screenshot of that. I'll never
Oh
let
my
it go.
God, my gut hurt. I felt like I did 100 sit-ups. It was so funny.
I had to
Oh,
show her. I was like, "You're not going to believe this."
Yes, but when I said people picking on mom, I meant
At the store.
yes, at her store, at her popcorn store, not the high school children online. The grown
I feel
adults who
bad
act
she was
like high
getting
school
it-
children.
I feel bad she was getting it from everywhere. Online.
Yeah, she also gets it from me. She still loves me
Well,
for it.
I
though.
mean, that's your birthright.
I will say though, she roasts me just as hard as I roast her. So it's just it is what it is at this point.
Trisha Paytas getting married today. I didn't know it was this soon.
That kind of makes me sad. That
That she's getting married.
no, that you ass. No, that's gonna start a whole nother gossip thing now. It's gonna trend. Irish badass against Trisha Paytas' wedding. No, it's sad that that Ethan and Ela and them, couldn't have, made amends just.
Oh,
for that
I
occasion.
agree.
Because you don't get a do-over in life with certain things, and they're really going to regret it.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Ethan has lost his mind.
I do too, a little bit. I do too. I totally agree with you.
And he's always been a hypocrite for the longest time, especially when it comes to his battle with Keemstar and stuff. But
I thought, I made that video when Frenemies ended, and I said he did her wrong on there, and I got a lot of flack, but I got a lot of people agree with me too. He did her wrong.
Yeah,
I stand by it.
I almost thought that it was like a show, like they were putting it on, because they got into a fight, and then he brought up the new merch that they had made for the show, and then next thing you know, she's wearing it, doing videos with Moses, and then her own separate merch. I felt like it was a real fight, but that maybe they had made up behind the scenes, because they were sitting on thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of merch.
Yeah, but that's why I made fun of him when he said that. I said, the merch will sell quicker now. Who's worried about merch? I thought that was so silly that he even brought it up, because now they're a collector's item, right? I wanted to get one. They were sold so fast I couldn't even get one.
I really liked the name. I thought it was clever, and I liked the color concept too. The pink and black.
I did too.
And I thought it was very, very clever. But when it got to the certain level of arguing, he should have just packed up all that stuff and gave it to the homeless.
I just felt like that last one, he set her up, and he knew what he was doing. He knew. And then when he started all the stuff of her treating the crew bad and all that, I was like, no. Where are all your disgruntled detractors tonight? Where are they?
That's the point, though. They just want to use her for views. That's all that it is. It was like they didn't have enough going on their own channel, so they came in to stir up some shit. And they used that for 2 weeks, and now it's over.
Drama. We were talking about Summer Wells a little earlier, Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon, follow my Twitter for that. Sometimes I tweet shit out about that.
See, we had a family something years ago, and I remember talking to the family member going, listen, there's no do-over with a wedding. You need to drop that crap and be there, because you don't get another chance. It is what it is.
I had a lot of family not come to mind.
Somebody's still saying they never heard of fairy floss. Where have you guys been?
Under a rock, evidently. I didn't know either. It's brilliant.
See, fairy floss is another name for cotton candy.
I love it.
I love that this
Amanda.
keeps coming back up. This is like my favorite thing tonight.
I think people are watching and, coming in late. They're watching probably on double speed to get caught up.
And now they probably have the munchies.
Yeah, they made Trisha and Ethan made so much money off that, but I still think he did her wrong. She didn't want it to end, and she surely didn't want it to end like that. And you could see in the text they sent each other where she's begging him to stop. I mean, she was begging him. Now he's in all this stuff with Kavanaugh. It's crazy.
I don't know. I thought I heard he was trying to crowdfund again.
Who? Ethan?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that, but that doesn't mean I haven't had time to hardly breathe this week.
I thought I saw it on his Reddit. I'm looking for a picture for you right now, because I don't know if you've seen this picture.
I was trying to put the Giselle picture up, but it's so tiny.
Oh Lord, why does this have to happen? Sorry, I was going to try to mute myself before that happened, but I got a Chromebook. Enough said. Okay.
trying to catch up on the messages. Welcome back, Carly. How could you leave me like that, Carly? Yeah, the wind's been terrible here too, Vera. And I have a backyard of trees that keep falling. And I just know one of these days it's going to fall in my bedroom while I'm sleeping. So I don't get a lot of sleep. The last one barely missed my bedroom. Just saying. Katie thinks I'm paranoid. My Katie.
You are paranoid?
Okay, that last one missed my bedroom by about 10 feet.
But also, you chose to live in a house that backs up to a forest. Like,
I know.
literally steps away. like I can... Dude, we sit on her porch and squirrels rain nuts down on us.
They'll throw them at you.
They throw them.
It hurts, too.
We also get some, like, wild turkeys and some other random birds.
Oh, we got deer coming through there all the time.
Yeah, all manner of wildlife. Feet off of her porch because, I mean, it is enough space for me to squeeze my butt between her porch and the actual forest. And that's it.
Hi, world travel.
And she's like, trees are falling down. Well, you have an answer about trees falling in the forest then.
Okay, I just DM'd you a picture on Twitter, but you can only share it with Katie. You can't share it with the public.
Oh, we can't share it with the class?
No, absolutely not. No, you can't.
Oh.
It's part of an investigation.
Oh, no, I won't. I didn't know you were... I thought you were joking about something. I gotcha.
Oh no! If I was going to send you a penis, I'd say share it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
By all means. But does anything look interesting in that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it bigger.
The guy in the picture,
Yeah.
as coincidence would have it, went to school with Don Wells.
Wow.
Yeah. Now look at that
It looks
picture.
fairly recent.
Yeah, look, it is. It was taken in October.
Holy
And-
cow.
Yeah. And so we weren't sure who that person is in that photo with him. Because they were told to hide their face, you could tell. So yeah, I've been busy while these people are making all these hate videos on me and talking crap about me and what a horrible person I am and blah, 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 blah.
And we're all just living life.
We're just,
I'm working, you're doing your thing, researching.
Right.
They need to get back to living a life.
If you have to think that somebody's making up a funeral, like you legitimately need to step back and reevaluate your life choices.
Right.
Like straight up. That should just be a hard stop where you look at your freaking life. You have nothing better to say about somebody than that they would make up a cancer death.
I was just talking to what's Jennifer? And that's who they're going after now. It's just, it makes no sense.
Whoever they can get views off
It's
of and
gang
start shit with
stalking.
at that point.
It's the literal definition of gang stalking.
It really is. It's like she hasn't said anything in like 5 months, and now they're all going after her.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, hey, what can we get views off of this time?
Yeah, that's what we were saying, just saying that their highest views are the videos about me and probably Irish. It's crazy.
I want my check.
So what are you thinking on the Wells case, Irish? What's your gut feeling? Can you share?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm addicted to these icebreaker cinnamon mints. Like, I think I've burnt a hole in the side of my mouth eating these mints. Like,
Oh, that will happen to you.
Oh, man.
That's like too much sour candy. It'll make your tongue bleed.
Oh, my God. I can't get enough cinnamon. I'm like, I wear it. I douse it. I got cinnamon oil. It's crazy. Drink it. Eat it. I think the church is involved. And I'm getting, like, a lot of different information. Information from different sources that are pretty identical to where they don't really know each other that well. Where they're talking about a previous Sunday school teacher. And I have gone over.
See, I've seen a lot of people talking about that teacher.
I've watched
Like they were thinking that like she didn't like the way Summer was being raised, allegedly.
Oh, I think her name's Robin or something. Possibly, yeah. I mean, I have yet to look into her background. I heard that there's a reason she ran to the church. Is there's been talk of her not having a good marriage prior to the one she has. Don't know if that's true or not. But at any rate,
I read that too.
Yeah. But I can't get over the mother. I can't get over Candace. I can't, like, she's a mom. I couldn't understand somebody not being totally broken all the time. That not only is your daughter gone, but they came and took your 3 boys too. And she tries to dress like she's a teenager. And there's that one guy, like, I did not know he had scored so many interviews with Donald Wells. And that dude, Chris McDonald or McDonald.
Oh, yeah. See, a lot of people say he
God.
won that whole case because he was like making stuff up and throwing it in there, and that he screwed it all up.
I don't know about the making up part. I have been watching his interviews, like with the 15-year-old kid named Hunter, whose mother was sitting right on the porch with him the entire time they were doing the interview. And
I just don't trust him after tangling with him. Trying to take my channel down.
I'm trying to like ignore what his part is and only listen to what the Hunter kid is saying.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Because Hunter was allegedly with them the day she disappeared. And evidently, they're saying the last picture of her is where she's sleeping up against milk cartons, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Oh, in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever because it was a hot summer day. They had gone allegedly to some swimming hole. Her hair was bone dry. And she was wearing, like I could understand being cold after going swimming, but she was wearing long pants and a jacket and it was zipped all the way up. And then it was later said that was her first day of school outfit that she was wearing that day.
I know some people said there was another picture where it looks like she was posed.
It does look like she was posed, but there's 2 pictures where you could see her little left hand had moved. But if you look at the wrinkles in her jacket and everything, they all say the same. But little kids, I've witnessed it. I've witnessed adults do it where you twitch. So, and her lips are bright red like her dad. She has like the tone color of her lips or shade is just like her dad's. But there's a video of her out there where it's only like a 7-second video where she claims it's her mother in the car with her, which there's no effing way it's her mother in the car with her because it sounds like a younger woman. Where Candace wanted them to film her in the back seat and claim that her arm was straight up because that's how Don sleeps. And that's, she was trying to get that recording. It's like only like 7 seconds. And Candace says, is her arm still up? And the pastor goes, no, it's not. And it does not sound like a woman that is older. It just does not. So, we didn't know if she dry drowned because Hunter said in that interview that they had gone swimming before and that she would stay underwater and he didn't know if she was joking and that she had stayed under and he still didn't know. And that he ran in and got her and pulled her up out of the water. And then when that guy said, well, how long do you think she was under? He goes, I don't know, 15 seconds. But he started off the interview where he said he doesn't know how to tell time. He's like, I may get my time frames wrong, the 15-year-old says, because I really don't keep time frames. Like, okay, whatever. But so she could have dry drowned. Because this is something that'd be a good question for you is the swimming pond is attached to some lake or whatever. They call it the swimming hole or whatever. But it's also attached to a horse place, like where there's horses. Like there's another video where somebody's walking the trail that from where they swam all the way back up to the parking lot, and you can see the horse stables and horses that are grazing out in a field. I'm thinking, whoa, how much access does the horse farm have to this water? Is it possible that she ingested bacteria and something, God forbid, happened and they didn't seek help? And, because I asked Jennifer, I said, the cadaver dogs didn't make a hit. She goes, no, because people sometimes mistaken that cadaver dogs and scent dogs can do the same thing.
No, they're all different.
Yeah, cadaver dogs are cadaver dogs. Scent dogs, some of them can do both, but it's rare that they can. And they had taken both sets of dogs out there, which is how they figured out that at the end of the dog trail, that they call it, is where her scent ends. And that's where they think that she went into a car. But the cadaver dog didn't catch that scent, a scent dog. So that's a good thing. We know she was at least alive. But, I asked them, I'm like, in this property, in this house that reminds me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is this like farmland? Is there a natural well on the property? And Jennifer goes, I don't know. And I go, well, we need to find that out. I said, also, what jobs, did Don do? Because he's a drywaller. I said, so what if, God forbid, he, because I told her, I said, the first thing that popped into my head is, why can't I think of his name right now? The guy that murdered his wife, his pregnant wife, and his 2 kids, and took them to some place where he worked at, where he shoved them down.
Watts?
Yeah, it reminded me of Chris Watts.
Yeah.
I said, so like, what jobs did he work at? Are they laying cement? Like we need to look at this stuff. And then this picture came up where a woman posted it on Facebook and said, hey, does anybody recognize this dude that, they were on our property and, we're really sick of people trespassing on our property, whatnot. And it got passed to us. We're like, oh, that's a very interesting little person in that picture. And then, the guy's literally looking right at whoever walked up on them.
Yeah.
And found him right away. Found his Facebook, found all of his shit right away. And it only took one phone call from Jennifer to the FBI where they go, oh, yeah, guess what? This dude happened to not only know Don Wells, they went to school together. And we're like, what is going on here? Like, and this picture was taken in West Virginia. And Summer is from Tennessee. That's
so weird.
Right?
Kelly,
like, what are the odds?
Talking about the corn mafia. I don't get it.
Okay, I've been looking into that too. And
what is the corn mafia? That's
okay. A corn mafia was some like gang type where they grew a lot of weed. And from what I understand, I thought that was a very old crew. I just started looking into that because I thought
it was a joke.
No, it's actually real. But I have been watching a lot of interviews with Candace, and this other person that reached out to me on Twitter, has told me a lot about Don, and said that that there's a lot of SA.
Oh, that makes me.
And because the part of it was like, well, we were thinking, do we think that Candace and her mother sent Summer away for her own safety, or did the church take her for her own safety? Because
I just never got how her and her mom are there and Summer's there and all of a sudden she's gone.
Oh yeah, that never made any sense whatsoever.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's why the boys are key. I'm sure that they talked to the boys because they couldn't talk to them before because Don and Candace refused to let them talk to the kids, and as parents and they're minors, they're allowed to do that. But then, CPS
took custody of them, right?
Well, they came and took the kids, so now the kids are technically a ward of the state. So I'm sure they asked them questions, but I find it odd that a mother is not mourning and like showing any type of grief or worry or concern. It makes me think she knows she's alive.
I haven't seen her do any interviews in a long time, right?
Plus, to the first one, she's rolling so hard. Like Katie would know just by looking at this woman. Katie would probably know all the drugs she's on. For real. I mean, her eyes are rolling up in her head and the slow blinking. And part of only one of her jaw will move when she talks. It's like, oh, for Christ's sake. How many Valium did you snort before you went on?
Bossy, I think once they investigated and saw the shape the house was in and stuff, that the pictures of the rooms in the house was horrible.
Yeah.
Those kids were, in my opinion, neglected.
There's a counter. There's a wall, there's a counter on top. And to go downstairs, you have to go behind this wall on a counter, turn your body around, and climb down a ladder. Okay, listen. I get it. I used to date a mechanic, and I know he would fix our car last. I get it. This guy's a drywaller.
Yeah.
His house looks like it's from a horror movie.
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. And Summer was sleeping in the basement, right?
Yeah. And from where it looked like to me, there was no walls between her room and mom and dad's. I could be wrong. It's rare, but it happens. I just think it's weird that Candace is not upset.
But she quit doing interviews, and then just her husband was doing all the YouTube channels.
Yeah, well, yeah, he seems to think he's a YouTube star now, but, it was interesting hearing him say, I wish all the neighbors' houses could be checked. And he would always, when he was sitting doing an interview, he was looking over to the right. Come to find out that that's a neighbor named Jody Sue. He was looking in her direction. Jody Sue is the one that heard the scream.
Oh, I didn't know anybody heard a scream.
Yep, one of their neighbors named Jody Sue heard a scream, and that's what and it was either her and Candace had talked about the red truck, which I think is a red herring. I don't think
I did too. I've always thought that was a red herring.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, this Jody person did an interview where she said that okay, trigger warning, where she said that she witnessed they would take showers outside.
Yeah.
And witnessed Don showering with Summer a lot.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then this was odd to me too, is she said that she remembers seeing Summer standing outside naked waiting for a towel, and she says, I remember her hair. And I'm like, her hair? I'm like, did they give us old pictures? Like, was her hair not that short when she disappeared? Because that was just
I had read that she had cut it.
Yeah. Well, that's what the parents claim. The parents claim that she tried to shave up the back so that they just shaved it. And then Candace said, oh, well, my head was shaved too. No, your head wasn't shaved, weirdo. Your head was not shaved. And then I thought maybe they cut it all off for school because, she had it like this blue color. I don't know. I just...
But what kind of grandma takes off and leaves if your granddaughter went missing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not the
I would
first time
never.
someone in their family's gone missing. Candace's sister has never been found. Now, mind you, she disappeared in another state. She was going through, I guess she was having marital problems. I don't know. Said that she was going to a bar to have a drink with her cousin. Didn't take hardly any money with her, credit cards or nothing, and was never seen again. And then it was like a week later, her husband had gone to court to divorce her and get full custody of the kids. And the woman's never been seen again.
I need a picture of Trisha in the black wedding dress. I need a picture. Sorry.
No,
Had to get that in there. If she is on the property, still she would be hard to find. I would think the cadaver dogs would have found her. Those dogs are pretty good.
Well, the other thing that Jody woman said is she said she kept hearing him lift boards. She's like, and when she was doing the interview, she was talking to do the interview, but then she acted like she was talking to Don going, I heard you lifting the boards and slamming boards around and this, that, and the other. And then this person who reached out to me said that. I go, well, do you think that there's some issue this Jody person has with Don? And they go, yeah, Don used to hit on her all the time. And she's a good friend of Candace's. And I was like, And she's like, yeah, Candace is solely financially dependent on Don. I'm like, well, that's obvious.
Sorry, I'm trying to share this picture of Trisha. I don't
Gotta
know
focus. So
why am I
she has the right glasses on this time. So
here we go. Yeah, let's see if I. Ta-da! That is pretty. Do you guys see it?
that is pretty.
Moses looks pretty.
I wish we had a better picture. That is kind of cool, though. I thought she was going to wear like 4 dresses. Sorry, I know we kind of digressed, but
I don't know why she would decide
There's still
to
a
wear
reception
black.
and stuff. And that Selling Sunset lady made it very in again.
Okay, we just had to see that. Thank you, Rich Lux. Thank you for the picture. Yeah, it looks like they actually got married. Sorry, my ADD hits and I have to see the picture of Trisha.
No, you're fine.
How dare you?
Right? God.
Okay, where were we? I interrupted Irish.
I'm tired of talking.
Her sister is where I'm from. It's super weird. I don't know.
That is super weird.
Some of it reminds me of the John Bonet case with all the red herrings and the parents being so suspect, in my opinion.
I still think the son.
Oh, no, it was the dad.
Is strange.
I think the dad did it. I have no doubt. Well, in my opinion, I think the dad did it. I think, he happily let people think it was the son. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think the son could have physically done what happened, but
I think that's why he's kept his son pretty much hidden all these years, except for his thing on Dr. Phil, which, thanks, Mama Bear. Have a good night. Oh, I don't think the son did it at all. See, my thing is back then when this happened with John Bonet, nobody ever wanted to talk about, trying to think of how to say it without getting in trouble with YouTube, but child SA by a parent. Nobody talked about it back then, but we all know now it happens a lot in all income levels. Doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, whatever. I think people just couldn't bring themselves to think it could be the dad because he was rich and educated and blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't matter. See, a lot of them in here still think it was John Bonet's brother. I just don't think it was. No, DNA is not cleared him. You have to. I think in the video I did, I put a link to the that explains the DNA results. The problem is they don't have enough to test. If they could have had more of it, if they hadn't wasted so much of it over the years. A lot of people don't realize, too, that there was blood on the pink nightgown. Do y'all know that? A lot of people didn't know that. There was blood on John Bonet's pink Barbie nightgown, dripping down the front. A lot of it, I'm just saying I think this because Katie, my daughter, can tell you, I've been obsessed with that case ever since it happened. Ever since it happened. And I keep coming back to the reports that show that she had been abused for a long time. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a one-time thing that happened. This was ongoing. Yeah, it's such a tragic case. I know, it makes me sad too, Carly. I totally understand why people think it's the brother, but I don't. I think, in my opinion, the dad had something to do with it.
I don't think the brother did it. I think that he saw something.
I do too. I think he knows what happened.
Yeah.
And I think he could even be, because somebody, when you're young, if somebody tells you something enough over and over, you start to think that's a memory. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happened with him. I think at one time he knew, and I think now it's probably gone. Obviously, he's got some issues. You could see that on Dr. Phil. I feel for him. I think he's socially very awkward and reminds
He's
me of-
growing up with all of that.
Oh yeah, I mean his life was so messed up, and then his mom died of cancer, but the weird thing too was the way her mother's family would talk about sex and stuff all the time. It's very bizarre. Such a weird family. So bizarre.
Yeah, the Delphi case. Yeah. They may have a break in that.
No, just Patsy. The dad is still alive. That's why I'm being careful. Alleged. Everything I say is allegedly, or my.
I still think it's so weird that he dated Natalie Holloway's mom.
I know, that's so bizarre.
Yeah.
But it didn't last very long. I would love to talk to her and pick her brain. But here's what I think. I think the truth will come out when he passes away, because there's so many people that know a lot but are too afraid to speak because he's very Sue happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once he passes away, all these people will come forward, especially the White family.
The letter was a bit much. Like the letter that
The ransom
was left.
note.
Yeah,
was.
it was a bit. It was a bit much and extremely oddly specific.
Yeah. And here's my thing is Patsy Ramsey didn't do that by herself. She didn't. You know what I'm saying? She was so all over the place. Somebody told her what to put in there.
I didn't realize that Patsy had died of ovarian cancer.
Yeah. See,
It's
a lot of
impressive.
people speculated that because she was sick off and on for years and years, that, and this sometimes happens where the daughter becomes the pseudo wife because Patsy was sick for so long.
And didn't it happen on Christmas Eve?
Or Christmas Day. Nobody knows the time for sure. But I thought it was really telling that they put her death on her headstone as Christmas Day.
Yeah, I remember a movie that they had made about it, like not like full blown movie, just like a made for TV thing, and where they had the police coming up and asking the parents questions, and I thought there was a female police officer going, "Why are they still allowed to be in the house? We need to get them out of the house." And then him and a lawyer or somebody, whoever was there with him, decided to do another sweep. And he went to the basement and went right like their basement was almost maze like. And he went right to the location of where she was.
See, that guy's last name is White. And he has been trying to speak out about it for years, but he gets shut down because then Ramsey threatens to sue him.
Oh,
It'll come out one day. It will come out. He swears when he went in that basement and went in that room, there was nothing in there. And then John Ramsey went in that same room and found her. It just does. This is why I say everything goes back to him, in my opinion. And also think about after they found her, he immediately calls his pilot, says, "Get the plane ready. We're leaving." Who does that? You just found your daughter expired and you're going to get on a plane and leave. No, that's not. No. It broke my heart, though, that, they did all leave the house and left her there for hours alone. I would have never, you wouldn't have been able to drag me away.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not how innocent people act. You don't call your pilot and say, "Get the plane ready," 30 minutes after you found your daughter. And this is why I feel the way I do. And that's why I think it's odd that everybody blames the son when Ramsey is the one that did all this. The son
I
had
think
nothing
the whole
to do.
pineapple wetting the bed thing kind of threw me off too, because I
The
don't
what?
the pineapple, and then the wetting of the bed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That they had given her pineapple to take to bed with her to eat pineapple, because I think they found pineapple in her stomach.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the bed. There was a bowl of pineapple on the table.
No, but they had said she wet the bed. And
Oh, yeah.
that's why they thought that it was the mother got all upset because she,
See, I never believed that she.
I never believed that either.
No.
But I still think it's weird, because I obviously have young people in my family, and we wouldn't give them food to take to bed. Like, you have to eat it.
Especially food full of water, and then be surprised that they needed to pee.
Maybe. But we just wouldn't give them food to take to bed. Like, you have to eat it, either in the kitchen or in the living room or whatever, and then you go to bed.
There's so many things that John Ramsey did that day that were so bizarre. And that's what makes me think of him. All these things he did that day just don't even make sense. He was in a hurry to get out of there. See, my Katie is her age, which I think kind of drew me to it too.
Yeah.
How old would John Bonet be now?
Going on 37.
Wow.
Yeah, same age. The police so screwed it up. Here's the other thing too. The FBI, as soon as they contacted the FBI, they were like, get the parents, get them alone, separate them. Because the FBI said whenever you find a child deceased in their own home, it's 9 times out of 10 it's the parents or a parent.
Yeah.
And the police just screwed up the whole thing.
See, that's why I remember in the first made for TV movie they made about it. I remember a female cop, or someone playing a female cop, going, "Why are the parents still in here? We need to get them out of here." And
yeah,
she
and
was,
see, I
she
think
was told to shut up, or in a nice way was told to shut
she's
up.
another one. I think when he passes away, she's going to tell what she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the problem was just saying is the police were there, but they didn't. They were letting everybody go wherever they wanted.
The entire scene was contaminated.
Mhm.
Yep, everywhere.
And I think John Ramsey did it, in my opinion, on purpose. He purposely invited all those people over, because what better way to get rid of a crime scene than have 20 people over? That's why she didn't know that he was down there in the basement. She didn't even know where he was.
Mhm.
But she did keep radioing saying, there's too many people here, send some help. But you got to remember, it was Christmas Day. People were off.
Well, and didn't they just give a tour of their Christmas decorations in their house
Yeah.
for the neighborhood or something?
She did that like every year. Because she had like 20 Christmas trees and...
Here I am, irritated at the one that's up.
I have none up.
Same.
I know.
I'm a Grinch.
Yeah, I almost bought ornaments with like all the kids' pictures and stuff on them. Except I don't have good pictures of all of the grandkids right now. But then I was like, Mom and Dad haven't put up a tree in like 4 years.
Because nobody comes here anymore for Christmas. We all go to Katie's house. So I'm like, why?
I've been making my grocery list to feed all you mofos.
I think, Kelly, those marks on her, I think got people going down all kinds of wrong roads. Yeah, the parents should have been separated the minute the police got there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they had done that, Patsy Ramsey probably would have crumbled. She would have just gone to pieces, I think.
Yep.
But they didn't. So then they had the doctor come in and drug her up. Yeah,
They said about the problem with some of the DNA was that it looked like it was the genetic profiles of multiple people, not one person, which is why it didn't have matches.
Exactly. And see, that's what a lot of people don't understand. They'll say the DNA exonerated them. It didn't.
No.
It really did not. It didn't do anything. It didn't exonerate anybody.
Yeah, the machines are not sophisticated enough to pull out multiple profiles. You have to manually pull out, like, separate DNA, and I believe that they don't have enough to do that now. So if they ran the sample of multiple people through, then it would come up as not matching, even if there was literally a felon in the system matching that DNA, it would not match.
Carly, supposedly Patsy on her deathbed talked to the female cop. I can't remember her name now. Does anybody know what the female cop's name was?
Mm-mm.
Supposedly she went and saw Patsy Ramsey on her deathbed and they talked about everything. And that's why I'm saying one day this will all come out. Yeah, Scott Peterson got resentenced. He got life. So now which made me sad because now he doesn't have to stay isolated like he had to when he was on death row. So they resentenced him and gave him life. So I think Patsy did tell what she knew to that female cop. But like I said, nobody's going to talk until John Ramsey's gone. He sues everybody that says anything, so that's why I'm trying to be careful.
How old is he?
Just my opinion.
How old is he now?
Gosh, how old is he? Let's look.
That kind of evil can't live forever.
He was born in 43. Somebody
He's
do
in
the
his
math.
70s. He's in his late 70s.
See, all I can find is the year he was born. So yeah, you guys do the math because I'm not good at math. Yeah, I was hoping he'd have to stay on death row and be miserable.
77 years.
Yep, there.
See, I think Madeline McCann is the same thing with I think it's so similar to the Ramsey case. Again, I think the parents were involved somehow.
Well, okay, what's your opinion about the Summer Wells? Like, do you think the parents... First of all, do you think Summer Wells is still alive?
No, I don't, sadly.
Aw, okay.
It breaks my heart, but I don't think she is.
Katie, what about you?
I haven't followed the case very closely. From
Okay.
what I know, I would probably guess no also, but I don't know a whole lot.
Do you think the parents were involved?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Involved and or at least know a lot.
Yeah.
Just saying, who are you talking about? I know we're kind of going back and forth here.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. We always do that. We're the ADD group. We go here, there, and everywhere.
Oh,
Well, so many of these cases relate to each other in ways. Yeah. The DNA didn't exonerate anybody. It wasn't run correctly. And interestingly enough, something I read just last month said that they haven't actually run it through a national database. But the current prosecutor says that the profile of the DNA indicates that it's a mixed specimen, that there are multiple DNAs in it. He believes at least 3 people.
She's still talking about Ramsey, right?
I believe so.
There was 3 different DNAs.
He says at least 3 different DNAs, which raises a lot of its own questions if you know where the DNA came from on John Bonet.
And all their DNA was on the pink nightgown.
What he was referencing specifically was on her underwear.
Okay. I think the pink nightgown is a key thing, and everybody overlooks it. The Barbie nightgown. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever talks about the Barbie nightgown that had blood dripping down the front.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody obviously redressed her because she was originally in the Barbie nightgown. But then nobody can still find the other pajama top that she had gotten that year. The one she's wearing in the picture. Mm-hmm. Y'all know which one I'm talking about? See, that was the other thing. Why were there no pictures? There's hardly any pictures Christmas morning. And he says, oh, my batteries went dead because the police asked him. They're like, you guys usually do videos and all these pictures. And he's like, oh, my camera, something.
So they said there was 3 different DNAs on her underwear.
Yeah, he said the specimen indicates that it's a mixed sample DNA with at least 2 or 3.
And they never identified, they never separated them?
No.
They
It
don't
doesn't,
have
the way
enough.
that they're talking about it, it sounds like when they first ran it and they have like if they have any left at this point, I have no idea, that they did not separate it and they ran it through CODIS, which wouldn't work.
Right.
And from the sounds of it, they've never taken the steps to separate it.
Wow.
And so the one guy, he's disputing that the family was ever cleared because that DNA can't have cleared anybody because it wouldn't match anybody unless it was separated.
Right. Oh man, if I was a billionaire, I would get that taken care of.
I'm going to put this link. This website is the best website that explains the pink nightgown, the DNA. This lady that put this website together years ago, this is the most amazing. If you're following the John Bonet thing, you have to go here. Like I said, so many people don't understand the whole pink nightgown thing. And see, if you go on that, she shows all what DNA was found and explains it, and it's an amazing website. I put the link in there.
The name of it's clever too.
Mm-hmm.
Juror 13.
13.
That's
See, I met this lady on Web Sleaze way back when I used to go on Web Sleaze. And she
What is that, a porn site, Kay?
Yeah. Would I do that to you?
Mommy got in trouble on Web Sleuths.
I mean,
I did.
going on there and not inviting me? Yes.
I tell the truth, you guys know. Here's the thing, I just tell it like it is, and that's what I did on Web Sleaze, and I got in trouble.
Balls or penis?
People irritating the crap out of me.
Nut sacks.
I'm behind you 1,000% with that.
Cranky about it.
No, there's not going to be any nut sacks.
I'm going to take a Sharpie into your damn store next time I'm down there, and on the back of all the bags is going to be Kay's nut sacks.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. She said, first time here, I really enjoyed it.
Tea bagging
so sweet.
special.
Bless you, Kelly, for putting up with our bouncing back and forth.
Carly's
Squirrel
like,
moments.
Carly's like, we do tend to jump around. We can't help it.
Well, especially at the end of the night, kind of.
Yeah, because it's getting late. Katie and I have to go to bed soon.
Yes.
I got to go to work tomorrow, you guys. I got to go make cotton candy in the morning.
Yeah, well, your boss is
She's a witch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. I can't stand her. I should quit.
Fairy floss.
Fairy floss.
I love it.
Uh,
You think I'm kidding, but I really think you should get a hold of some dispensaries.
I've got two right down the street. Maybe I should go
you
talk to
do.
them.
Go talk to Herbology.
I got connections in California. I know that sounded really bad, but I literally have legitimate connections in California. One of them follows me on Twitter. They're called Speedweed. They give all the celebrities in LA, they supply them with all their stuff.
Oh, thank you, Carly. See, this is why Carly gets cotton candy. I'm going to send her that peppermint. She's so sweet.
You need to bring some of that back to your house tomorrow, too, because I want to try it.
The winter frost is so good.
Yeah, I still haven't had that.
I love the smell of it when we're making it. The whole place smells like peppermint.
Yeah, so I packed 300 push pops for you, but you didn't have any winter frost made at the time, so I didn't get to experience it.
Oh, I thought you had it.
No.
It's one of her .coms. Just saying, that's terrible. People are going to think that's real. See, that'll be a rumor on Twitter now. I'm telling you.
Make it trend.
That would be better than the rumors they're trying to spread. I'll take it.
You just wait. That'll show up somewhere. I'm going to come hunt you down when it does. Oh, shoot. You guys are so funny. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to go to bed. I forget. See, I remind myself that I got to work in the morning, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to go to bed. Katie's looking tired, too.
I'm always tired, but I got up early with the kiddo. I get to sleep in this morning, though. So
I did take a nap today, though. First time I've had a nap in about a month.
I ran errands all day instead, so.
Cotton candy edibles. Oh, thank you, Alley Cat. I'm going to go talk to the places. Maybe I can just give them the cotton candy and they can infuse it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how it works with infusion.
Okay, but then you need like a percentage of the profits.
Well, yeah. We could come up with some really cool names too.
Right.
The
Very
peppermint,
cool.
I love the peppermint cotton candy. I just got chocolate orange too. How is
You're
it?
weird. Okay, yo, she's got banana flavored too. And somebody tell this woman it's not okay
Oh,
to
I
have
love
banana flavored
banana.
cotton candy.
Banana, yum.
No.
The banana
Yes.
is so good.
No.
I love the
Chocolate
banana.
covered banana.
You're
Chocolate
fired.
covered-
Now
Banana.
I'm going to go on Twitter and tweet bad things about Irish tea.
Sister, stand in line. I got bigger people than you coming
This
after me on
bitch likes banana
YouTube,
flavor.
on Twitter. Shit, I got a
You
ton
know
of
what?
discourse leaders that
Hey,
hate
I still
hating
win the
me.
prize. Nobody has as many as I do.
We passed the
Did
crown.
you have that one week? You had like 200
You
There
had that
ads?
one.
From
And,
Steve
like-
alone, there was
Yeah.
over 250 in 4 days.
I could not believe it when you told me that. Like, that was
Little
very
obsessed.
disturbing.
I quit counting after that. I was like, okay, I'm done.
You're just so fun to hate on.
I guess. I'm pretty boring, actually, but
We really are. Like, y'all.
oh, I got to hook up with Bossy then. Her cousin has a PhD in botany and works for Maryland.
Ooh, I like Carly's idea of a banana split. I still won't eat it because there's banana in it, but at least that's like an idea.
See,
Sure,
I
a
did
bag
some
of-
this week, and I called them candy apple because I did cinnamon and then green apple, half and half in a bag. I thought it was cute, Katie. Candy apple.
It is cute, but the candy apple is not my favorite flavor.
Is the flavoring that you add, does it start off as a liquid, right?
It's a
No,
powder.
It's
It's
a
a
powder.
well, at least it's a distraction from the crap I'm saying now. Banana cream pie. The banana is so good, you guys. I love the banana cotton candy. I'm trying to think. We got some other weird flavors. Green apple, lime. Lime tastes just like lime Kool-Aid.
Well, I definitely know, you're going to think I'm joking, but I definitely know that you might be able to make a deal about the whole nuts thing. Now hear me out. Don't laugh because it's real. My
Nuts
friend
are real.
would buy me edibles from there. Like they would make the brownies, they would make the weed butter and stuff, and they would have pretzels, chocolate dipped pretzels halfway up. That was
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So they would buy your nuts, girl. They would buy your glazed nuts, girl.
Maybe
I
you
wanna
just need to
infuse
order
them,
or make
though.
a store right next to a dispensary. That's an option too.
And they would think it's funny as AF if you named them sack of nuts.
Well, you know, our two dispensaries
Nutsacks.
Katie, are just around the corner from me.
I know.
You
But I
know,
mean, you
going
need
up
to be somewhere where
21st.
you can open the door and waft the scent of
Oh,
candy
I
and
gotcha.
popcorn
Yeah.
to the people who are like planning their munchies. So
Yeah, especially if it's a powder. I would think that they would be able to freeze dry or whatever it is.
yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, like they make shatter and stuff, which is like a real thin wax and stuff like that. So like, who knows? But you could pull up the dispensary websites and look at it and see what they sell for edibles. But I definitely don't see why you wouldn't be able to, especially if you're not the one putting that on the product, be able to sell it to, here in Michigan to dispensaries here. And then when they get it in their store, they
Well,
do
the
what
only
they
thing
do.
that's bad though is cotton candy is very perishable.
Yeah.
You have to sell it quickly.
Yeah.
I was
Well, a lot
going to
of,
say, because I don't think here they don't sell edibles at our dispensaries, do they?
I don't think so.
well,
you
that
need it
you
in
might be
a-
able to corner the market on that then.
See, I don't think
I
they
mean,
do
I don't
yet
think
because
they're
our laws,
legally allowed to.
yeah, our laws here are still. You got to remember, we just got dispensaries, and you have to have a medical card.
Listen, Ohio is a northern state that thinks it's a southern state,
pull
and
up
they make their laws accordingly.
pull up the websites when you have time and look and see what they
I
sell.
will. That's interesting. I'm going to look and see, but that would be a big part of the problem, though. That cotton candy is so perishable, but the nuts would be fine.
Yeah.
Well, if you can ship cotton candy to people that buy it right now,
Oh yeah.
we
and
just only
then-
make it like a day or two ahead of time at most.
and here's the other thing too, is that when I buy like gummies and stuff, the CBD gummies and stuff like that, because it doesn't necessarily be THC, it could be, CBD as well.
Mhm.
When they send it to me, like different people that I buy it from, I usually buy it from specific people. They mail it with the cold packs, with little cold packs.
Huh.
Yeah. So when you say like it's perishable and stuff like that, like typically depending on what company you work with, like I order from a website called Mr. Hemp, HEMP. I've been ordering from them for about 2 years now because it's a consistently good product. Their gummies, like they take such care when they mail the stuff that it comes with a certified letter in case it gets opened up by the post office or anybody. And they say, this is an official CB, and they do the whole breakdown of everything that's in there. And and say give them a number to call and everything. I'm like, dang, that's pretty official. But yeah, I mean, you're just supplying the edible stuff.
That's how it is here, Bossy. It's just, yeah, you can only get bud and vape. They can't sell edibles or anything yet here.
But they do here.
Yeah.
So you could mail them out.
I'll have to look into it. That would be so much fun.
I mean, especially if you get into like the holidays too.
Yeah.
Because the stoners will go in there and be like, oh, look at the little bunny gummies for Easter. Give me $100 of those. Fairy floss. What's that? Is that anything?
Yeah, I'm going to do that, Amanda. I'll keep watching. Like I said, I've already bought some .coms. Because, I just do that. I love to buy .com names.
Snoozeporn.com. I bet it's still available.
I used to make Jolly Rancher cotton candy, but I got rid of that machine. It's a certain machine that you can make hard candy into cotton candy.
Oh, God.
All right, you guys, we're about to fall asleep. Hey, be sure once this goes up to leave a comment, and we'll pick a winner, and you can have cotton candy or a bag of popcorn. But you have to leave a comment.
Sack of nuts.
Nut sacks.
Nut sacks. Whatever you guys want. You just have to pick one thing.
Nut sacks.
Unless you're Irish.
Listen, if you choose a bag of nuts, I will personally come write nut sacks on it before she mails it.
I would frame that.
These girls and their nut sacks, I'm telling you.
Oh,
The humor of a bunch of like
plentiful.
middle school boys.
Thank you guys all for coming. It was so good seeing everybody. If I don't see you, have a great Christmas. And I'll see you in January because it's probably going to be too busy. But thank you guys. Thank you, Iris. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.